Starting. You are live. Well, Seamilk, apparently we're live. Well, no
I
one
really
can
hope
see.
so.
So, apparently we're live.
I really hope so.
Yeah, me too.
Seriously.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of trouble, guys. I know this seems a little bit strange at the moment, and you'll basically have to put up with the fact that we've got a very pikey... Hang on a second. Sorry.
Ditch these helmets.
Yeah. You guys are going to have to put up with the fact that we have a very pikey setup at the moment. We're basically... it's difficult to explain.
I'll just throw one thing out there.
What's
We
that?
had to run my router out of my window across into my office just so we could pick up better connections here for the stream, because I mean, I've tried streaming a couple times here in China and there's absolutely no way to get a good enough connection over these VPNs to be able to stream.
Yeah.
I think we pulled off something today.
Yeah, we did, and I'd like to show you guys a little thing. I don't know if you guys can see us yet, and we know we're a little early, it's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is just for you early comers, the guys who've just...
Early bird gets the worm,
Yeah.
as they say.
Let's take a look at this.
Yeah, let's look at some details here.
Now, you can take a look and you'll see that we have over here, basically, if you look at my helmet, I don't know if... Yeah, you can see the cursor, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
So, there's a cable going all the way up here to an old iPhone.
Yeah.
Because basically there's no webcam.
No.
And we went down to the local computer area here in Huizhou, because we're in Huizhou, and what you can tell us about
The best webcam that we could find was actually a 2008 model that only put out 480p, which we knew for a fact wasn't even 480p.
No,
It's
it's
just
more
going to be awful.
upscale 320.
$5 or something for it. So we're like, that's absolutely not going to be good enough. Let's figure out a better option. We spent all day trying to figure this out.
So we said, bring us your best. Your best.
Yeah.
And they bought a diamond, like a golden...
Like Lady
sphere,
Gaga,
yeah,
like
fake, like, you know, crystal diamonds in it.
Tanzanite gems or whatever.
And it was actually the exact same cheap rubbish one.
All of them were identical.
Yeah, they're all the same, but yeah. So we're running a very strange system here where actually through a wireless connection we're connecting to that phone to give you
Yeah, why don't you
guys-
run us through this?
Okay, so basically you can see this little window over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this window is basically connected wirelessly through the router to that phone.
So we're using our internet connection to be able to stream our video to the computer, which is then streaming the screen to them.
Yes.
This is absolutely unnecessary.
And this is all on a Hackintosh that I built this week, and I'm still testing everything out, but it seems to be working.
The fact that we're doing it from China, I think, is going to impress a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's pretty difficult to stream from here, for sure. Anyway, we have a couple drinks, don't we?
Oh yeah, we do.
Our ice is melting because it's incredibly hot.
It's very difficult to get ice here, by the way.
It is. Ice is a bit of a rarity.
Yeah.
And 27 people on our channel right now.
Oh really?
I need you to scroll down the comments because we're missing a lot of them.
Oh okay, sorry. Hang on. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger here, so that we can actually see. As you can see in our little setup here, I'll show you guys quickly. See there we've got the Hackintosh that I built, which is my usual gaming machine, and it's a fairly okay system.
Yeah, it's good.
And I've basically I'm dual booting it at the moment, because actually the Mac OS is pretty good for doing editing. Anyway, let's not get into that because it'll start a debate.
All I'm looking at is that pretty woman on your screen. Who's that?
Which one? Where? There's no
Look
pretty
close.
one.
Look real close. See that on the bottom?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Okay.
You're gonna get a lot of that. I'm just getting you ready.
Yeah, okay. I can show you guys if you're interested. So yeah, there's the widescreen LG monitor. Then there's this really crappy old, like 10-year-old Samsung
terrible.
monitor, and we're kind of viewing your
Comments here on that one now.
Yeah. Someone just said gaming machine. Do you play? Well, yeah. Actually, that's the thing. I always was a gamer. Like I've always been into games. I don't really play much.
Both Winston and I have gaming rigs. Like I bought a gaming laptop in the idea that I would be my 14-year-old self and play games.
But you know what? A subscriber of mine actually said, "Hey, I'll buy you Overwatch if you play."
Okay.
So he said, "What's your account?" So I told him my account, and he you know, it turns out he couldn't gift it to me or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So I just bought it myself.
Oh, did you?
Because I thought I'll try it out, and I really enjoyed it, and I played
Okay.
it for probably about an hour and a half.
I got you. A couple of subscribers added me on Steam, and they're like, "Why are you never on Steam?" I just don't play games. I really want to, but I just can't get into it anymore. Not like I used to. Editing too much.
Turns out I'm actually really good at Overwatch, and I was like getting player of the match. Like
Bit of a bragger over here.
seriously, yeah, I enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't have time for it. You know, with the editing especially, I feel guilty.
So do I.
If I'm busy playing a game rather than doing some editing or doing something constructive, I actually feel guilty.
It used to be a thing for me, is like I used to have to schedule in editing time. Now I have to schedule in play time. And I feel guilty as I'm playing, seriously.
Yeah.
It's not good.
All right, we're gonna
Humble
get,
brag.
guys. We will get to your questions.
In a bit, yeah.
Yeah. So sorry if we're not replying because it's kind of difficult to, you know, do this multitasking. But we'll get to them soon, and we'll tell you when. Let's just finish up our explanation of what's going on here.
Okay.
So this is, for those of you who are interested, the studio that we edit in every week, right? I usually bring a laptop along with me, but because I've got all my laptops are in pieces at the moment, I brought up my desktop machine. And this is where we sit, that flag on the wall, this one over here, that's the one we took around southern China with us, and it's signed by all the people we met along the way. It's really cool. We'll be telling you more about that a little later. And we just sit here and we edit, and it takes us, what, about 8 to 12 hours?
8 to 12 hours for a Churchill video.
For a Churchill episode. It's a lot of hard work because our setup is, you know, we each have our own GoPros, and we record 2 separate GoPros, and then we have to sync everything, the audio and all that later. And then with the drone footage, we have to finish our episode, come back, get the drone, go back.
I think you're ruining a bit of the mystery here, Winston, but that is probably the hardest part. Is imagine this. Imagine we have to go film for a couple hours and then go back with the drone and recreate all the scenes that we were actually riding through to get the same shots of the drone. So it's actually incredibly hard. But rest in peace to the drone, by the way.
Yeah, unfortunately we had to send it back, but you know what? I think it'll work out. We're going to go to this big DJI event, and hopefully we can, you know, work a deal with them where we can actually borrow one or something in the future.
Sure.
You know, we'll see how it all works.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so is it time yet?
It is. I think we got 2 minutes left, and then we can start reading some of these questions.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm seeing a little bit of spice in the questions already. We're going to try to avoid some of the most ridiculous ones.
Yeah.
But we'll answer anything reasonable, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
What we're going to show here actually is we're going to show some drone footage that we didn't cut. So it's kind of us setting up all the drone shots, and that might be kind of cool for people to check out.
Yeah, we'll skip through if it gets to some boring stuff.
Yeah, like grass.
Yeah, we've got a lot of that. But I hope you guys can appreciate the amount of effort that goes into making these episodes. Just because it's a hell of a lot of hard work.
If you want a little insight into actually what's on the screen right now, guys, this drone shot here, Winston and I actually almost like died of heat stroke on the way. And I remember like I was so dizzy, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was like, do I go to the hospital to treat this? I was like losing my mind.
Yeah. Why is it so laggy? It must be that crappy hard drive that I've got it on.
You said you brought that hard drive from South Africa, so
yeah,
that was like 10 years ago, bro.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So
Yeah,
it seems to
she's
have
back.
spun up now. Yeah.
But yeah, it looks cool. Like we're having a really fun time. We're absolutely not having fun in the shot.
No. We were sweating I was sweating like a waterfall.
That's true.
Like-
That is absolutely true.
How-
It was, like when you get like sweat droplets, like drip drip. I looked at Winston when he took his helmet off. It was actually a stream, like you turned on a tap.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
It's awful. Like literally, you have no idea. How hot was it? It was like
The real feel that day was 48 degrees, so about 115, 120 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
And we were wearing gear to be safe, obviously.
yeah, like leathers and helmet, gloves, all that kind of nonsense. And tell you what, it was difficult.
Never again, actually. Yeah, every week.
Remember, we didn't take any water.
Oh yeah, well, because we can't. Like we put it in our jackets and we look like this, right?
Yeah.
Remember the Coke and Pepsi episode?
Sure,
We're like
sure.
bulging with our like bottles.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are at 9 o'clock. So actually, I want to welcome everyone here. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, thank you everybody for tuning in. It's now time that we are officially starting our first ever live stream. Cheers to all of you out there in the land of YouTube.
The first thing I actually want to ask everyone very quickly is, what are you drinking right now? And we'll go through and maybe pick some of the best answers. And I want you guys to guess what we're drinking if you didn't watch the little preview.
Yes.
Just a little guess. Just
Yeah,
a little
exactly. Well, let's see.
All right, I'm going to have to go up in these comments here.
Okay, I'll
So we're going to have to go and maybe take... Actually, I'm going to say something to these guys. If you have a specific question for Winston, let's do a S. Do a capital S for SerpentZA.
Okay.
If you have a question for Sea Milk, do a capital C. And if you just have a question, then it'll just be for the both of us.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay.
It's higher.
Hey, you guys, are you doing live? No, this is kind of
Okay, gotcha.
normal stuff. Let's get to the latest comments. Whoops.
Whoa! I saw a bunch of questions.
Okay. All right. We've got greetings from the Netherlands. Good day from New Zealand. Okay, we got I'm drinking tea.
I'm drinking tea. We're not drinking Baijiu. You're not correct about that.
No.
I'm drinking crappy Maggi mushroom soup.
Oh, Maggie, that's like cup of soup.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, we get that in South Africa. That stuff's pretty good, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm drinking monkey
Rum.
shoulder blended nut scotches.
Okay.
I'm from a place called Sea Milk. What?
Okay. But it's lovely. Yeah.
Nice.
Someone got it right. Domingos
Yes.
Lopez.
Yes, it is in fact bourbon. We are drinking.
You got it over there?
Yeah, Jim Beam.
Jim Beam bourbon.
Jim
Yeah.
Beam bourbon.
It's a little rougher. I actually prefer a Scotch whiskey.
I like Scotch much better than bourbon, but they didn't have our Scotch
Yeah.
today.
We normally drink Ballantines. It's kind of a cheap but very nice middle ground, you know.
SerpentZA, what is your favorite Chinese beer? Everyone says Qingdao is nice, but I prefer Harbin.
Actually, I do like Harbin, but I do prefer Qingdao. The problem is it's very difficult these days to find real Qingdao.
Yeah, it's super fake these days.
I literally, and I think actually the quality's gone down because every
Yeah.
time I drink it, even the real stuff, it doesn't taste great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Next question. Do you guys get together every week? How far apart do you guys live? I live in Huizhou and he lives in Shenzhen. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours of traffic. And
Yeah.
you come up here to the studio because our studio's here and because bikes are legal in Huizhou. So that's
Yeah.
why we have to do that.
That's the main reason why we shoot in Huizhou.
Yeah.
Because obviously I don't want to travel from Shenzhen
Of course.
every week up here. It's a pain in the ass. And I have to drive my car here, like it's about an hour and a half.
Right.
And it's really irritating. But I get here, my bike's here, you know, I park it at Sea Milk's place and, you know, our shop's up here. Although that's something we want to tell all you guys. Our shop's currently a busy moving shop.
Yeah.
Because the location we were in was really just, you know, getting a bit on our nerves. So
Yes.
we'll make an episode about that later. Anyway, the thing is, everything's up here. Bikes are legal here, so that's why we shoot the Churchill Sods up here.
Yep, and that answers this guy's question, what happened to your workshop?
Okay.
Another guy, it went away, but he said, Winston, what are you doing for work now? Are you just doing vlogging full time?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, of course, all I can do. I'm on a spousal visa now, which doesn't allow me to work in China. So
So you're just making videos?
pretty much. I mean, I'm obviously trying to do other little bits because you can still do, like, it doesn't prevent me from doing, like, business with people overseas.
Of course.
So I'm trying to follow up all sorts of things. But the main thing is, and you guys will have to stick with me because I know I only seem to be making one video a week, but just wait because I'm trying to set up my editing system and make it better and get more B-roll, and then I'm going to pump them out like at least 2, 3, maybe even 4 a week if I
Not
can.
make any empty promises.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Yeah.
Of course. Let's have a look here. CNS Ross in Tokyo here, coming to China on Saturday beers. If you can make it up to our area, we'd be happy to meet.
Saturday we're going to do the
DJI
thing.
event. I'm sorry. Cohen 12. Do you guys think of going to Europe sometime in the near future, just like Winston did in the USA? I'd love to actually bring my wife. Talk to my wife about it the other day. When the baby's a little bit older, we'd like to do a Euro trip. So that'll be really fun.
That'll be great fun, pushing a mewling infant around in a pram.
Did you not hear me?
A little toddler that's running
little
around
bit older.
knocking over shop.
She's a
shop
good
displays.
girl. Let's be honest.
Yeah, she is.
Enjoying being a house husband, Winston?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really a house husband because I think a house husband would be defined by a man who stays at home, washes the dishes, which I do actually do from time to time, so okay, and lives off his wife. But I still pay the rent, I still pay all the bills. I do also sometimes wash the dishes, but to be fair, she usually cooks, so it's kind of a balance. So I'm not really a house husband. I'm more of a house vlogger, although I am out on the streets every day, so it's not like I'm a shut-in home kind of guy. Yeah.
I'm sorry, you guys are whipping comments down way too fast. But
I can go up. I can go
Yeah,
up.
there was one I wanted to answer here. Go up a little bit.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Winston and C-Milk, has the Chinese government given you any flack about the vids you guys have made? Not on YouTube too much, but on Yoku, the other day you posted something, right?
Which one?
It was like something and they removed it, right? What happened with that?
Actually, it was just the Is China Safe video.
Oh, okay.
I just posted that, and
it
basically got flagged for
Right.
being unharmonious. I think that's how they put it.
That's a very common word thrown around in Chinese, but it makes absolutely no sense in English.
Yeah, it just means it can bring disorder to the
Yeah, it has nothing to do with music.
Yeah. So, I mean, to answer your question, not really. I mean, let's be fair, not really.
It's mostly, I don't know if it's the government, but it's commenters. It's commenters here and there.
Yeah.
You'll get people that get paid to leave comments.
They do. Yeah.
That's how it is.
This is really annoying me why it's so slow. I'm just going to try change to another video.
Okay.
Let's see. It does seem to be way slow.
C-Milk and Winston, I wanted to send you guys some German beer, but I couldn't find the address on the Churchill website. Where do we send it? Please send us a private message on Churchill, and we'll send you an address where you can send us some beer.
That's very true.
We'd love it. Thank you.
Yeah, just to answer another question while I...
Six Ed World, how much to get C-Milk to take it off? Not very much, because it's really hot right now. So I'd probably do it for free, friend. You guys watching the Olympics? No, but we've heard a lot about the Olympics in our WeChat moments, especially about the swimmer.
Yeah. We actually wanted to do our episode today about the Chinese glass heart.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing it, it's probably going to be next week's or whatever. We couldn't because, just there was a massive downpour and started raining and thunderstorm, so we didn't.
We took on another project, which was setting up this unbelievably complicated streaming system right now that we're coming to you guys in.
Yeah, which, by the way, we'd like to do this not that often, but it should be like maybe once a month, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to put a schedule on it, but if people are really enjoying it and we really enjoy it, I think we should continue doing it.
Yeah, I don't see why not, eh?
To what degree do you moderate your videos to avoid upsetting butthurt Chinese people?
A fair amount. I mean, let's be fair.
Absolutely.
We both live in China. We're not, someone living overseas. We're not armchair warriors.
For sure.
And we're very much at risk of being deported or getting into legal trouble. You have to understand, our lives are here.
Right.
We have families here. We can't get all political. That's why I keep politics out of my videos.
For sure, and not only that, I self-censor to a degree when I talk about my relationships, especially with my wife and stuff, because a lot of people will come in and say, hey, you shouldn't be with a Chinese girl, that kind of stuff. I just want to avoid any sort of conflict in the comment section with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you repair our situation?
Sorry,
guys.
So. Sorry, it's my fault. I should have moved them over to the SSD.
Snarky White Guy says, no assless chaps. I did promise him in the WeChat that we might have them, but so sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Winston, are you making just enough from YouTube?
Just enough? Yeah, basically the way it's working at the moment is my patron is earning me a lot more than my YouTube. It's like more than double. Because YouTube's rubbish, I'm going to be honest with you.
It pays nothing.
And it goes up and down.
Yeah.
And, the YouTube wouldn't even pay my rent.
No.
But combined with the patron,
right,
it's making me enough to pay rent and all my utilities and food and everything. And
for me, not to steal the thunder, but I think it's the same for you. Without patron, it would be very difficult to do this because YouTube ad revenue has really taken a dive since when we first started. It's really, really bad right now.
But it's
up and down.
It's really so unfortunate because it took so many years to reach a point where I could earn money off YouTube. Something like 5 years of making the videos. And then when you just start, you earn nothing anyway. And especially I had very little subscribers, maybe about 10,000 if I was lucky, when I started making money. And I would make, like $20 US, $50 US a month. And then as it started to reach a point where it was starting to become lucrative, then all of a sudden they changed all their policies and then I started to make nothing again. So,
True. It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, I missed so much.
Okay,
let's do it now. It's okay.
I'll scroll up a little bit. Anything interesting?
No, because it's going to compound.
Okay, all right.
Yoon Uber. Hey, dude, how you doing, man? He's one of my most reliable commenters. He's always there.
Oh, really?
Hey, where'd he go?
I'll scroll
Yoon
up.
Uber, get back. What do you think life in China will be like in just 5 years? It's super difficult to make that prediction. When I first came to China, it was completely different than it is now.
Yeah.
It all follows economics, to be honest, because the buildings that you see springing up every day and the new roads and all that kind of stuff really rely on is there money or not. And it depends is the economy doing well? Is it doing poorly? Socially, I think that China will, I don't know, maybe hopefully get better, hopefully more open.
Yeah, I'm going to be slightly pessimistic here. The reason being that I've seen what's happened since I came to China, which is almost 11 years now. And it's always been on the up and up, and it's always been getting better, you know, and I've seen so much as far as like social change and people opening up and becoming more open-minded and friendly, and you know, it's actually been getting better and better, but I'd say within the last year or so it's actually been getting worse and worse. It's been closing up a lot, and it all has to do with the uncertainty of the economy. It's very simple. I mean, when people are earning money and things are going great, everybody's happy, but when things start to go down, people start to worry, and you know, so it really depends on the economy. So if the economy can stabilize correctly, because right now it's going down, it's slow, but it's going down. But if it can just basically stabilize, I think everything will be okay. But I think the glory days of the quick money and the massive growth is kind of coming to an end.
Fully agree. Seamilk and Winston, are you planning on doing any YouTube collaborations with YouTubers in China like Monkey Abroad or Food Ranger? We already collaborated with Food Ranger, actually.
Yeah, if you look at our What to Do, you know, What to Do series, I started that and I got hold of everybody. So Austin Guidry's in there, Food Ranger's in there. I did contact Monkey Abroad at the time, and he said that he was interested, but he never got back. He just kind of slacked off on that, so I don't know what happened with him. But you know, I have contacted everybody. You know, there's this weird thing. I'm just going to bring it up, and because I'm the first guy to do YouTube videos in China, the first original China vlogger, I've made enemies without wanting to make enemies. All the new guys that start up, they see me as a challenge, and they see me as like this big bad guy that they have to like compete against and beat, but they don't realize that's not the way I work. I work very well with others, and I encourage them, and I try to give advice to, you know, up and coming vloggers, and I've started our groups. That's how we got together as well. It's all about trying to help the other guy, and so I've done these collaborations before, you know, and I've hopefully have changed some of their minds, but you know, I know that they're these little like clicky hate groups that are like
that's his life.
Screw SerpentZA. Anyway, let's carry on. What's next?
Scroll down. We've lost.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, China nonstop. Haha. No, he has not collaborated with us. Can't wait for Conquering Southern China to come out. Should be out within the next couple of weeks. Just to nip that in the bud in case you're listening.
Yes, next couple of weeks. We've had some issues with music that we used. We had to pay a licensing fee and get a release form, and we're waiting for this very incompetent company to sign off on the music, and we have to pay them, and then, you know, but that's kind of the last stepping stone. Then it's going to be on Vimeo on demand, and we are planning to sell it for about $5 plus minus for the whole series.
And guys, if I'm looking over here, it's not to be rude, I have to be reading your comments all the time. Seamilk, what's the vaping scene like where you live in Shanghai? It's one of those things. In Shanghai, I'm assuming you guys have a lot more vapors than here. We have one vape shop and no one goes there. There's seriously like only a couple people that vape in Huizhou. Number two, I don't like, I'm not into the vaping scene, not to disappoint you. Like I do it, but I don't like go to conventions and stuff. So
he kind of hides.
I do hide. I tend to call it a douche flute, actually. But anyway, vaping scene. Yeah, exactly. LOL, vaping scene. Little Milk sitting up yet? No, but she can roll over now, actually. There is one for you, actually. Do you need a license to film videos in China?
You need a license. It depends. You do need a journalist visa if you're going to be doing journalism. And it's something I've always skirted around, because what I'm doing could be classified as journalism in a lot of ways, but I just see it as a hobby, where I'm showing off my, you know,
Vaping can also be called a mouth fedora.
I like that.
Continue.
I vape too. The way I'm doing it is I see it as a hobby, and basically just, you know, making videos to show people what China's like, you know, what it's like to live in China. I don't see it as journalism, and hopefully the government doesn't. You know. So yeah, you don't need a license, but if you wanted to do hardcore journalism, then yeah, you would.
Seamilk, I'll give you $100,000 for one night with your wife, an indecent proposal. I would take the money, but I guarantee you wouldn't survive the night.
No.
You don't want to get around my wife, trust me. Any reason why you use retrowave instead of vaporwave? That's a perfect question. I use vaporwave, you use retrowave, actually.
Well, okay, you've known me for a long time. I've always been an 80s guy. I love the 80s. If I could go back in time, I'd go back to the 80s.
You're basically living in them now.
So, you know, when we're in our shop playing 80s music, when I'm in my car, I'm listening to 80s music,
Yeah.
or maybe like early 90s, like chip tunes and stuff. That's just the kind of guy I am. I love the 80s.
It's cool. It's
Yeah.
it grates on you when you're in the shop for 12 hours and he's listening to like the same playlist over and over again.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're an open-minded guy. You play other music.
Yeah, so basically when this whole new retro wave scene came along, I was just like, that's amazing. I love it because it's just as good as if it was in the 80s.
Sure.
Even better. So I love that stuff and I listen to it all the time.
I think Winston Wave, as other people are saying, is going to be a thing. You know it's going to be a thing. I use Vaporwave just because recently I've been listening to it. I think it's awesome. It's really cool stuff. Do you prefer Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Trek.
Star Wars. Enough said. Okay.
I'm a logical thinker, you know?
I just said enough said, though.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
Get into it.
He's into fantasy, you know?
I prefer Sea Milk's rapping, to be honest. Check me out. No.
Yeah. No, you don't. You don't. Well, yeah.
Hey.
You don't.
What's the Indian punk rock scene like in China? Is there one? We saw an awesome bar in Beijing, actually. Remember
Oh,
that?
yeah.
But it's very small.
Yeah. No, it's not really a thing here. There is a place in Shenzhen called the Brown Sugar Jar where you get like metal bands and stuff, but it's tiny because Chinese people don't enjoy that kind of thing. It's not their scene, you know. It's not good to conform. You know that old idiom, the nail that stands out gets hammered down?
Yes.
That pretty much describes China.
Oh, when people ask like, what is it going to be like in 5 years? Hopefully that will have changed. I
Yeah,
hope.
yeah.
If you guys heard that.
I don't. Did you think I could have heard that from
There's
you?
this guy that lives right above my office, and he goes, but like 10 times louder than that. Seriously, it's disgusting. I wanted to reply to.
Okay, let's go.
I'll keep going up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Sea Milk and SerpentZA are people in China catching them all. No, but there is a hacked app, and I'm level 21. You use a D-pad instead of walking around. It's not very fun.
No, of course, it's rubbish. It's, you know, they've come up with some stupid reasons why it's illegal here, but the main reason is they don't like mass gatherings.
Yeah.
In China, you know, they don't like it when too many people get together in one place. It's difficult to control.
Dude, Chinese people would love Pokemon, seriously.
They would, but it would be a problem. They'd be crowding the streets and all be trying to catch one Pokemon in the middle of the highway.
Probably like beat each other up and stuff.
Anyway.
I was going to. Who do you think is the hottest female celebrity?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. No, that guy.
Wow, I haven't thought about that. So, you know, you think about that kind of stuff when you're kind of adolescent, you know?
Yeah, who's hot
posters
now?
on the wall and
Who's
stuff.
hot now?
There's got to be someone.
This is gonna kill me. Crap. I'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Ask us again, please.
Yeah. You know.
What was the result of the Ben versus Prozzy poll? Ben won by like 500 votes because one person sat. We watched the graph. Someone sat on the poll for like 5 hours upvoting him over and over again.
Oh, yeah, a poll?
Okay. C. What do local residents of Huizhou speak? They speak Hakka. Small proportion of them can speak Cantonese. Winston, thanks for all your videos. Sea Milk is the hottest female celeb. Thanks.
Nice.
See, don't you find having a baby to be hugely stressful? Yes, it's absolutely terrible to have a baby in China. It's a lot of stress, and hopefully by the time she goes to school, she can have a Western education. When did you guys first get into bikes? Me in China. What about you?
Okay, I've got a pretty good story about that. First bike I ever rode I was pretty young, probably about 10, I guess. And it was a little one of those Honda Ape 50cc.
Oh, you told me that
things.
story, yeah.
And I've crashed and hurt myself, but I loved it so much, and I spent the whole day riding around in the bushveld on that thing. But there was a point in my life when I was kind of, I dropped out of school because I didn't finish high school. I dropped out, and I was kind of lying around. And I'd had bikes because my parents didn't want me to have bikes, but I'd traded like computer parts. I remember I traded a 2400 baud modem for an old 50cc, you know.
That's a good trade.
For an old Kawasaki two-stroke AE 50 thing. Anyway, long story short, years later when I dropped out, and I was really being a waste of space, you know, I was just kind of like lying around. I had plans to work, and I wasn't really. And my dad came to me and he said, "Listen, I'm buying you a bike. Here's your budget," and it was nothing. It was like 1,000 rand, which is.
About 1,000 RMB back then?
Back then it would have been about 1,000 RMB. So I looked through the classifieds and I found an old 350 XL Honda, and I went and I bought it, and I just loved it, and I was just like, every day out there for the whole day, just riding. So
That's awesome.
yeah, that's how I got started. Really.
Mine is actually in China. I just bought a terrible, cheap 2,000 RMB brand new CG knockoff, and yeah, it was the best thing I ever did.
Yeah.
Go up. I missed something that I wanted to ask. Sorry guys, there's so much here.
Molly Ringwald.
No, something for you.
Yeah, from the 80s. Oh man, who's the 80s chick that I really like?
Molly Ringwald, I guess.
No, it's not. There are a couple from the 80s that I could probably like, anyway, let's continue.
Hold on.
Oh
Yeah, that's what I want to ask. Vincent, how did the human flesh search situation play out?
Okay, this is pretty interesting. Now, basically what they did when they made that article is they revealed, more or less the area where I live, not not my actual address, but the area that I live, my full name, my nationality, all the kind of usual stuff, my websites and, all that kind of shit. And I didn't actually get any really bad negative stuff. I got a bunch of people coming over to my YouTube channel and leaving some nasty comments.
Yeah, I do remember.
Which is par for the course. That's what the Chinese internet kind of trolls do. But very interesting little factoid. The Wang Han reporter who wrote that article no longer works at the Global Times, because another reporter who works there asked me for some information because she wanted to write an article, and I was like, okay, well, why don't you tell her to write it? And they're like, oh no, she's leaving. So who knows? Maybe she got fired. Maybe she just got bored of slagging
I think
foreigners.
she just sucks.
She was just terrible. She's such a terrible human being. Anyway, let's continue. So actually, the answer to that is nothing bad really happened.
We hope it continues in that trajectory.
I've got to get some more video playing here. Sorry guys, I'm bad with this. Continue.
Oh man, it's so fast. Winston, why don't you live with your wife? He does.
I do. Who said I don't live with my wife?
Hampton Tim.
Hampton Tim, I live with my wife.
Isn't that the guy that does the poetry? What are some good Chinese beers besides Qingdao? Not a whole lot, man. They're all pretty much the same, dude.
Yeah, I mean, there's been times where I've drank snow beer, but it's not great. This was pretty scary.
For kids.
This is pretty scary. I just got to say, don't know if you guys can see this. Let me rewind a little bit. This was during a typhoon. Now, a typhoon had just blown over, and you can't tell, but the wind was blowing. That's why the drone, I had to keep moving it around, was blowing so hard here in this particular shot. And I'm on the edge of the building there.
Oh, that wasn't a typhoon was rolling.
Yeah, and it had just passed, and it was coming in and going. So I grabbed this little window, and I literally almost got blown off the building. Because I'm like standing there and trying to one-handed control the drone, and I tell you what, it wasn't fun.
You're staying awesome right there.
So, yeah.
I want to watch you wave it.
Yeah, there it goes.
Awesome.
Anyway, yeah, please continue.
Crap, I missed a bunch that I was going to say. Winston, Snarky White Guy said, Winston even had the same car I had, a 78 Pontiac Trans Am. How in the world did you get Smoking the Bandit car in South Africa?
Okay, it was the only one ever imported to South Africa. It was imported back in the 80s, and it had been through the mill. It had been through so many owners, it had been trashed, half of it was fiberglass, all sorts of things. And when I got it, it was in an awful condition. It wasn't running, but I got it up and running. It always looked crap. I never got it to a good running condition. I mean, it was running, I could drive it, but I even remember one day driving down the road, and it didn't have the original steering wheel. It had like a Chevy truck steering wheel in it, and I was driving down the road, and as I turned the corner, it popped off. Because there's like a spring load underneath it, and it popped off, and I was just going straight into like oncoming traffic.
Oh man!
Anyway, yeah.
Did you get a chance to eat Mexican food in America?
Yes, I did.
Did you like it?
I love Mexican food. It's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
What is our favorite province in China? Mine is Guizhou.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too.
It's the most beautiful and the least touristy.
Yeah, I'd say if you want beauty, like natural beauty, and if you want to see people living simple lives, like without factories and pollution and stuff, it's the place to go.
Absolutely agreed. Yeah. And the roads are good too. You still have the DJI drone. How much is it? It's 9,000. We don't have it. We said it previously. You had to give it back. Yeah, unfortunately. But like I said, next week we're going to go and have a talk and I'm going to do a presentation. I'm going to try and convince them to lend me one for a little longer. Okay.
Yeah.
Hire me for your bike shop, por favor. Sorry, we're not taking any employees.
Yeah.
Can't afford it.
A lot of people have asked if they can come work at the shop or come and, work in the shop, even volunteer and stuff. But you have to understand, you're not going to make anything, at all.
You're not going to make any money. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't even make money from the shop, so yeah.
Sea Milk, did you eat the turtle that I saved from Walmart? No way, that'd be disgusting.
What happened to that turtle?
It's doing well. It's nice and big now, actually.
Okay.
Do you guys watch any other YouTubers regularly? For example, Casey Neistat. I'll let you answer that first.
A lot of people seem to think I watch Casey Neistat. I know who he is. I have seen some of his videos, but it's not really my style. I don't watch his stuff. I do watch some kind of, things related to computers and things related to some, I like Sargon of Akkad.
Okay. I watch a bunch. I like some gaming channels, to be honest. I like Metal Jesus Rocks and GameSack.
GameSack's pretty fun.
GameSack's pretty fun.
Yeah.
What happened to Marty?
Okay. He had to go and teach English in a mall.
He's gonna keep replying to you with that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Basically, Marty. What?
One of my trolls just showed up.
Okay. Anyway, what happened with Marty is he didn't have the time basically to work in the shop anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
He would rather go to teach English in a mall, so we parted ways. Yeah.
GameSack rocks.
Yeah. Metal
Jesus is dope. Sargon of Akkad is cool. Nice.
Cool,
said you're a shitlord.
Really?
What? One of my epic trolls showed up. He keeps asking me why my baby's 100% Chinese. I'll let you come to your own conclusions. How do you like Thunderfoot then?
Oh yeah, I like Thunderfoot too. You see, I'd say Thunderfoot's a little bit more mature than Sargon of Akkad, but and he's all sciencey and stuff. I enjoy his videos, although he sometimes does just go off on a bit of a tangent. But yeah, I'm into that whole thing, I even like. Never mind. Let's not get into that. Let's continue.
Let's not expose yourself. Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah.
What is your favorite? Oh, sorry.
I just saw it there. Yeah, Milo for president.
Okay.
Let's continue.
I don't know what that is. Winston, what is your favorite TV show? I keep hearing the Raccoon soundtrack.
Oh, I loved the Raccoons when I was kind of young because that played in South Africa. I know it's a Canadian cartoon.
Yeah.
But it showed on TV in South Africa, and I loved the theme tune, and so yeah, I ended up using it years later.
Okay. What kind of anime do you watch? Anime? I like anime. I like Death Note. Mm-hmm. People keep saying I keep saying anime is for kids. I never said that. If it is, then I guess I'm a kid.
Okay, maybe a lot of you don't know this, but I am the first person to ever start promoting anime in South Africa. I started a company called Black Blade Anime when I was about 19 years old.
Oh, I know this story.
And I used to have screenings where I used to hire a big projector, and back then I was basically bootleg VHS tapes that had been sent from overseas, mainly from America, and we watched things like Ranma Half and Tenchin Muyo and
one of my favorites as well.
That kind of thing. And I started this whole scene, which eventually led to a magazine. And in fact, I started with some other people. I can't take full credit, of course, because we had financial backer, a Taiwanese guy who ran an internet cafe, and I got my friend Dark. Maybe you guys know Dark Noodles. I got him in on the scene. I brought everyone together, and we started this magazine called Otaku Magazine. And it is the first ever and was the most successful sort of Japanese, related kind of magazine in South Africa. And it was pretty cool. So I love all sorts of anime, but I'm more into the old school stuff. And I especially, of course, like the Miyazaki stuff, like Kaze no Tani no Nausicaa. Although I do have a little bit of a soft spot for Kaze Makase Tsuke Kageran. So, yeah.
Nice.
Anyway.
I slowed down on anime, but I still love Miyazaki stuff. Someone wants to know if I still have the heart in the back of my head. So I'm going to let you decide for yourself. I don't know.
It's okay.
Is it there?
Yeah, you can still see it.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Still there, guys, apparently.
Yeah.
Love Nausicaa, cool. Otaku Magazine. Hold on. Whoa, way too fast. Has your wife been to the U.S.? Yes, we did. We bought a car in Seattle and drove all the way to New York, and then we sold the car immediately. It caught on fire once, but she had a great time, and she still begs me to go to America to this day. I'm not talking about who I'm voting for, because I'm not going to vote.
Yeah, look, let's not get into politics, guys.
It's
kind of a lose-lose situation.
Tentacle stuff. Talking about hentai there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Never heard of how you learned Japanese.
Well, I
Same
think
thing.
I've just kind of explained, my interest in sort of Japanese culture and stuff. And because of that, obviously I was watching a lot of Japanese movies, I was watching a lot of anime, and I wanted to know what was going on, so I decided I better teach myself the language. So I did the typical weeaboo kind of otaku kind of thing, and I went there and I started trying to teach myself, and I basically taught myself. And then I went as far as to start a Japanese language and culture course, and I hired a Japanese native speaker to be the teacher, a friend of mine, Robin, and she basically was the teacher, and I basically started a course, and people paid to come to the course, and so then I used that money to pay her and pay for the venue, and so that's pretty much...
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool. Seamuck, why are people cursing you? Oh, because they said I'm not going to vote. I love America. I couldn't be bothered here. Man, I missed a bunch again.
Let's go up a little bit.
Okay. 25,000 subs, 25 beers, best video ever. Jeez.
Do you have any idea how drunk we
Oh
were?
man.
That's the night when we ordered the sushi.
Yeah.
And I ended up stuffing the rice in my pockets.
We're throwing it at my ceiling to get rid of it. Oh
And
man.
I literally can't remember how we got back to your place. Anyway, yeah, let's continue.
Why did you start YouTube? Just as a way to show my family and friends. Seamilk is ISIS, you're right. Chug the whiskey. No, I don't get paid enough to do that.
No, we're enjoying it, and it's bourbon.
Yeah, say it right, maybe I will.
Uh-huh.
Coming to Guiyang soon. What do you think the real Western DJ is like? No way, monkey job. No, they all hire Eastern Europeans to do DJ work now.
Look, I mean, I know a South African guy who became a fairly popular DJ here, and you've got that shady monkey guy in Shenzhen.
Yeah, that's true.
You can make it pretty big if you're good in the scene.
Right.
Just hit up our friend Kodak, and he'll hook you up with a pink scarf. And
Kodak, are you watching? You better be. Seamilk, when will there be an episode of What's Cool in China again? Every week, Monday and Tuesday on ADVChina.
Yeah.
Winston, are you excited for the new Mass Effect?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Of course I am.
Can you guys do more videos on food? The problem is, like, people like, what's his name? Food Ranger.
Yeah.
They've really, like, cornered the market for food stuff, so.
Yeah, I'll be totally honest with you. Like, I don't appreciate food as much. I mean, I love food, obviously. But I'm just
I
not,
said hates eating.
yeah, I'm just not one of those guys who's going to sit there and say, you can taste the cumin peppers.
Right, I guess.
It's like, it comes through with this, amazing
I know
palate.
exactly what you
And, it's like, come on.
I like
leave it-
food.
Yeah, of course, I love food, but it's too much of a hassle. I think unless you're an actual foodie and you understand it correctly, you've got no real business going out there tasting it and telling people about it. I learned that the hard way because I used to do food for foreigners, and I'd be like, this tastes really good, and that's all I could really say.
I love making food videos, but again, there's a lot of people who do them already. What kind of bourbon? Jim Beam, only the finest for us people in China here.
This actually cost us, 140 RMB?
Yeah, so it's about 3 times as expensive as I pay back home.
So you have to understand, although it looks like we're cheaping out, we're not actually.
That's okay. I don't mind cheaping out.
Yeah, it's not that expensive, but at the same time, you can drink a cheap wine or something here, but it's actually what you pay for a really good kind of top shelf thing back home.
Absolutely. And cheers to all you booze drinkers right now. If you're drinking at this time, I appreciate it. That's effort.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see what's next on the list. Okay.
Yeah, there's already a video about. What's your favorite alcohol?
Okay, I'm gonna say probably sake.
Sake. You're a sake guy, aren't
Yeah, I mean, I love beer, obviously. It's pretty obvious. It's a big theme of my channel. So I'd say for everyday drinking, not that I don't drink every day.
you? If he did, he would drink sake.
If I just wanted to grab something to drink, it'd be sake.
Okay.
Right?
Scotch for me.
Yeah, cool.
Uh,
I should probably get another little video going here.
Are there any bike events in China, like a bunch of enthusiasts that gathering up, going to places? Yes, absolutely. When people ride motorcycles here on the big bikes, they get together in these massive groups, and they'll do like 100 kilometers in like 8 hours.
It's always illegal.
Right.
I mean, like most of the time, it's illegal. Speaking of illegal, this shot here that I took is what almost got me arrested.
Oh, this is the one.
Yeah. I'll just leave that playing in the background.
Sure.
Yeah. That building, and I don't know what's special about that building because it's the civic center. It's a government building, right? but it's just got a museum in there and stuff, and it's not like a military base or anything, but years and years and years ago, probably about 6 or 7 years ago, I was just doing a handheld vlog walking near that building, and a plainclothes police officer came up to me and he was like, you know, you're not allowed to take photos here and stuff, so it's kind of weird. There's something about that building that they just don't like being photoed. But it's a beautiful big landmark. You'd think tourists could go there and take photos, but they seem to really take exception to
I want a skateboard on it.
yeah.
Looks like a blast.
Yeah. Anyway.
Winston, will you make daily vlogs now that you've quit working? Yeah, we already answered that. Yes, he will.
No, I'm not making daily vlogs.
Not daily, but yeah.
I've got to say, and I'm just going to say this now, there's nothing wrong with daily vlogs. It's not my style, you see. I could, but I would prefer to put out quality over quantity.
Yeah,
you know?
I gotcha.
And if you're pumping out vlogs every day, you're going to run out of things to do and say.
Sure.
You know?
I found that the hard way. Seamuck, does China's two-child policy apply to you since your wife is Chinese and you're living there? Nope. Foreigners do not have to care about that law. We can have as many kids as we want. Not that I'm gonna have more than one kid here in China.
Yeah.
Whoa! Did you get arrested for that shot, Winston?
No, I didn't. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened to all you guys here, live stream exclusive. It wasn't that bad. Basically, I went to the square and I looked around and I saw there were a couple of Chinese guys flying a drone there already, just a kind of a small little drone. So I thought it must be okay to fly drones there. So I went up into the middle. In fact, if you look at the screen now, you can see, I'm going to pause it, there's a flag over there, right? And just below the flag, there's this podium kind of thing. So now I know how China works, and out of sight, out of mind, right? So I basically saw where all the security guards were, and I kind of ducked around the back of that, and I just kind of set up out of...
You're making it sound really epic right now.
I know, so anyway, so I'm kind of crouched down on the ground, set up the drone.
But they didn't think you were a spy then.
No, and take it off, and I'm flying around, busy getting this shot. And all of a sudden, I just hear from the side of me, like, "Fashalai!" I'm like, jumped. I'm like, what the hell? And there's these like soldier guys are like, bring it down now. I'm like, okay. So I just said, well, those guys over there are playing with the drone, and they're like, you know, no. Chinese people can fly, but foreigners are not allowed to fly them here. I was like, okay. And they're like, bring it down. And I'm like, it's slow. Meanwhile, I was just kind of busy taking this shot still. I was like, I'm bringing it down. It's really slow. And they're shouting at me, fashalai, you know, like that.
Nice.
And I was like, well, okay. And I was like, hada, I'm bringing it down. And so, you know, I was kind of lucky because as I was bringing it down, there were a group of like local tourists walked past and asked these soldiers where the bathroom was.
Oh.
And as they asked the soldiers where the bathroom was, I quickly kind of grabbed everything and I was like, thanks guys for telling me, you know, I won't do it again type thing. And they were on their walkie-talkies speaking to their superiors, and I can hear what they were saying, like, there's a foreigner here, he's got a drone. And I was like, thanks guys, sorry to bother you, you know, mafani, that kind of thing. And I just kind of walked, and I didn't look back, and I just walked. So,
oh man, yeah. I liked one of the comments he actually said, dude, spies don't use drones, they use satellites. That's absolutely true. Actually, I liked one of these questions above. They said, what cultural differences do you notice between you two? In that, like, how do you deal with problems? For example, they noticed that I'm more optimistic and you're more pragmatic. Would you think that's true?
What? Who's optimistic?
Me.
You're more optimistic?
Yeah. And you're pragmatic.
Yeah,
dealing
probably.
with things.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I've gone through the school of hard knocks. Let's put it that way. South Africa's been a very tough upbringing. I got beaten down many times.
Right.
So you kind of learn how to deal with things realistically.
Everything's pretty rosy in my life.
Yeah, of course it is.
Final awesome.
I'm just looking for something else to put up.
It's getting sweaty in here. Would you like another drink here?
Yeah, may as well.
Sure. Hey Winston, NSA here. Thanks for that shot. Update on your mission next week. That's pretty good.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Anyway, yeah.
Your baby's 100% Chinese. Oh, shut up, dude.
It's not. Hang on. Where are you going with that, Bruce?
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Will you ever return to your hometown in South Africa? Would love to see some videos where you grew up.
Actually, I've got a surprise for you because I have a friend, an old friend of mine who's currently in South Africa He's the guy in Taiwan that I went to visit first ages ago. Some of you may know. He's the guy I went to his wedding and stuff, and he used to be my housemate in Shenzhen years ago.
Oh, is that the guy that was in the McDonald's commercial?
Yeah, that's the guy with the afro there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I heard about that guy.
Yeah, anyway, his name is Nathan Cacter, and basically the guy is in Cape Town at the moment. So he's taking a lot of B-roll with his iPhone or whatever.
Okay.
And when he comes back, when he goes back to Taiwan, he's going to email me all the footage, and I'm going to make a China versus South Africa video.
Perfect.
Unfortunately, it's only going to be footage from South Africa, which is Cape Town, which is like the
nice
best part.
Right.
It's kind of like we call it the last deck of the Titanic.
Okay.
Because it's the only city in the whole of South Africa that's still okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to see the best of South Africa, basically. So yeah, you'll see it.
Fair enough. So you can talk about your lives in China now with all the tension going on. I'll say this: it has gotten a lot worse recently. Absolutely, positively. The tension in the air. I haven't seen anything directly, but it's just not as nice as it used to be.
Mm-hmm. What else we got?
Simok, story time from Inner Mongolia. Was that friend of yours in the den? It was really dench. I don't know that word. That's my friend Super Jason. He's a bodybuilder, and
maybe
still
dench means like
build. He still does rap actually. Still does clubs and everything. The last time I rapped with him, we actually got booed off stage because we were at a singles night and a bunch of Chinese guys threw stuff at us. It sucked. SNC, where's the banner? Fan drawn. We didn't say Indian punk scene. We actually had a friend make this for us actually, and we used it for Conquering Southern China.
Yeah.
What's the age difference between you two? About 5 years?
Yeah, I'm 1980. He's
1986.
86.
That's how loud it is.
Yeah. Okay. I'm so bad with dates that I forgot my own birthday a few times.
Are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll remind
suck.
you.
I've had to put reminders in my phone for my anniversary and stuff because that's really bad when you forget your anniversary and you're like, oh no, I was just pretending to forget. It was because I had a surprise for later, but I didn't tell you type thing. And then you're racking your brain, what the hell can I do? What the hell? I gotta think of something, Anyway.
Where does the British side of your family come from?
My grandfather was an engineer on an amphibious bomber during World War II that flew down to Cape Town. So he's Royal Air Force.
Yeah, where was he from? In England.
Oh, let me get this. He is the bastard son of an aristocrat.
Okay, literally.
Fairfax something or other.
Okay.
Up in somewhere near Waterbury, I think. But yeah, he had all the pictures of the estate country houses and his mother. And actually, the thing is, she was the mistress of the aristocrat, but he actually married her.
Oh, nice guy.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I've got an 8th blue blood.
Nice. An 8th blue blood.
Yeah, an 8th.
Scroll up.
Let's continue down.
Is he a Snow? Yes.
Who's a Snow?
You.
What is a Snow?
From Game of Thrones, because you're a bastard son of an aristocrat.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's very true.
Funny stories when you two were still dating. We never dated. Oh, you mean like other girls? No, I'll get myself in trouble with my wife. Simo, you planning to coming back home? Probably I'll go back home at some point. We're not watching the Olympics.
No.
Have you experienced depersonalization or derealization? You seem like the kind of guy that would get it. I don't know what that means.
What? Depersonalization?
Depersonalization. I think that's like when
you're not personal?
No, when you're in social media all the time.
Oh yeah.
So you have to put on an act all the time. Winston's the same person as he is on his YouTube.
Yeah, actually, that's something very funny. Remember, we went to go do our voice recording, and
Yeah.
one of our cameraman's his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So now she's been listening to us talk every night because the guy's editing the video every night, right? And so she hears it, and so I hadn't really talked to her, and then you were talking to her, and then I came down, I sat down, and I started talking. She started laughing. I'm like, why are you laughing? She's like, so you actually sound like that in real life? Because Seamilk sounds completely different in real life than he does on the camera.
That's true.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, Seamilk always puts on this kind of
used car sales.
So, actually, this is the way the minority behaves, and he gets this kind of
See, they haven't seen the show yet, so they're not quite sure. But I do get like that sometimes. I don't know
all the
why.
time. You do.
I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna find something you do.
Yeah, probably will. But I'm a very genuine bloke.
You bastard of an aristocrat.
Yeah, I am. I'm a bastard of an aristocrat.
Scared of wife cuck. At least I'm not a pleep.
What's a pleep?
That's
a
his
pleb?
name. That's his name.
Oh, okay.
Simo, can you
Sorry.
talk about? Oh, sorry. Which one?
Mhm.
Keep going.
Keep going down. Keep going down.
Can you talk about buying and decorating process for an apartment in China? It costs about 100,000 RMB if you want a really shit job then.
Yeah.
It sucks. Like, honestly, don't spend too much money because it's just going to go to shit anyway. They use really bad plaster.
Yeah.
I'll get into it another time, maybe in a different video.
Yeah.
Gonna come to New Zealand? Love to. Don't have the time right now.
Oh man, that'd be great. 'Cause
I'd
the
love
scenery,
to.
the scenery
Absolutely
there?
beautiful,
Yeah.
man.
Mhm.
Go snake hunting in one Churchill vid. He can do it alone if he's gonna do
Yeah,
that. Pleep is a twat. Clunge. Perfect. I actually insulted him.
Yeah.
Go to Germany now. You gotta be crazy. You're so full of shit. What's the internet speed like? Internet speed is really, really bad here.
Yeah, I mean, hence why we have to really make this huge mission. You have no idea what we've done to make this work, and I'm surprised it's working so well.
Right. To be honest.
I hope you guys can actually see what's happening and what's going on here, and I hope it's not just audio.
I'm super paranoid that it's like not just audio. Is it just audio, guys? Actually, I'm gonna ask them. Is this just audio right now? I'm very scared.
Yeah. Is it just audio?
Scroll down, and then
Okay.
I'll find out.
Oh, megabytes per second. You can get 100 megabytes a second.
We're on 100 megabytes
Yeah, but
per second.
it equals like 1 megabit a second of overseas.
We can see really well. Good.
Oh, great. That's
480p.
great.
480p, what's up? Let's do this.
Hmm.
Video. Whoa!
Okay.
Whoa! Okay, are you gonna look at comments or?
Yeah,
Or
that's-
you wanna play video?
Yeah.
Hold on, we're gonna put on another video. real
Yeah,
quick.
let me find another video, another drone thing. Let's see what drone thing are we going to put on now.
Whatever.
I'll put on the Chegong Miao one from Shenzhen. Yeah. This, by the way, was dodgy as all hell. You guys don't understand the lengths that I have to go to get drone footage. I had to find an abandoned kind of office block. Well, not abandoned. It was just on the weekend and no one was in there. And I'm wearing my suit, so I look all posh. So I walk in and they let me in. And
Okay.
I went up to like they had a kind of a garden floor.
Okay.
And I tried to get to the top of the building, but when I got up there, I looked down. I saw they had like an outdoor patio area. So I went down and it was on the 23rd floor or something. And I walked out and no one was there. So I set up the drone and took off from there to get this shot. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of work goes into drone stuff. It's actually insane.
Yeah.
People are always whining about doing it in the West, though. You need like a license and stuff.
You do.
It's gonna happen here.
No, they're bringing it out. There are new rules that you need licenses to fly them in Shenzhen.
In Shenzhen.
Yeah, probably other cities too. But I mean, I'll deal with it. If I have to get a license, I'll get a license.
Is this going to be on your channel? This will be on the Churchill channel. So please subscribe to that channel if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Comments are so fast or useless. Comments. Hold on. Go down a little bit.
Okay.
Go down a little bit. What VPN do you use? I use Astral, and Winston uses.
I use Express,
Okay.
but I don't just use one because it's unreliable. I also have a couple of other friends who've helped me set up like open VPN servers and stuff. They don't really work. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But you need to have backups just in case, because every once in a while there's a crackdown and all VPNs stop working.
Is homebrewing legal in China? Yes, actually, one of our friends started a microbrewery and then turned it into a business. How do you think Baijiu's made?
Yeah.
Have you been in any fist fights while in China? That's coming up in the next episode, so please watch the next week's.
I was involved in a very bad fight, which almost got me into a lot of trouble. And
It's coming next week.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault. Just stick around for that.
Stick around. Have you guys been to Meizhou? Love Meizhou. It's a beautiful city.
Oh
I've
yeah,
been there
that's
twice.
not far from
No,
here.
it's in Guangdong.
If you guys watch, I think, what was it, the Great Guangdong Adventure? It's one of
You
my
went through
very,
there, right?
very old videos. You'll probably see it in there. I have no idea what that looks like. It probably looks terrible. So if you guys want to see some really terrible video,
But if you're
Guangdong
interested in
Adventure.
Meizhou, yeah, go there. Also, my New Year's video this year was in Meizhou. Are there any Chinese products that you prefer over Western products? No.
DJI.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Seamilk was a hero to most, but he didn't mean shit to me.
Okay. All right.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Would you rather do a daily live stream or fucking never mind. I almost finished up.
Okay, done.
No, don't read that.
Okay, yeah. What else?
FDF fight videos. Do you yearn to be free and say anything you would like? Shut up. Go down.
Okay, go down.
Tell us the taxi driver story. That is coming in next week's episode, just along
Yeah.
with his beat up story. Actually,
Yeah, it's coming together. So next week's episode, It's going to be called The Secret of the Chinese Glass Heart or something like that.
Yeah, don't let the title fool you. That's going to be our fight stories.
It's going to be awesome. You guys have to check it out.
Gotta check it out. We'll try not to get in another fight.
Yeah.
What are the worst bike accidents? I slid my bike out 80 kilometers an hour in the rain and broke my knee 2 years ago. What about you?
I think it's in the Grand Guilin Adventure. You can, on SerpentZA, you can actually probably see some of it, but basically, I wasn't recording at the time, but I talk about it and stuff. There's this notoriously bad road between Yangshuo and Guilin, and I was on that road, and I was going pretty fast, and a big truck in front of me just U-turned right in front of me. He obviously saw me, but they don't care about bikes, and he U-turned directly in front of me, and there's nothing I could do. I just basically went off and, lost the front end and crashed. And I had my ex-wife on the back, and she got scratched up, and I got scratched up. And I grabbed the guy and I pulled him out of the truck, and I was bleeding and stuff. I was like, you piece of shit. But then I realized the guy had the intelligence of a mole cricket. He literally was looking at me with this dazzled look in his face, as if like, what's going on here? You know? And I was like, there's no point.
Right.
I wouldn't teach him a lesson.
Right.
I wouldn't learn anything from this experience. I'd get myself and everyone into trouble, and I needed to get my ex-wife to a clinic to get her little scratches all sorted out.
Sounds like your ex-wife treated you better than mine. Mine kicked me in the ribs for crashing.
Yeah, I think you deserved that though.
I did.
You did at that time. Anyway, thing is, like, that was the worst accident. The funniest accident is also, it used to be on the Churchill channel. I think it's on my channel still. When I was just riding, remember I was on the shithawk, and that scooter just came out, that drunk guy, and I just hit him, but I kept going, and he spun around and stuff.
That was funny.
Yeah, let's continue.
Bring the mongoose back. I can't believe you remember that video, and you're in luck because within a couple of weeks, mongoose is coming back. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, you skipped like 100.
Really? I think that's...
You did. No, you skipped like 1 million.
Okay, I'll go up. Got anything there? Send us more questions, guys.
They sent a lot of questions. We missed a ton.
Oh, really?
Please slow down the questions. Did you guys have a bad falling out with Marty? No.
He just had to go and teach English in a mall. How many times do I have to say that? There's
a ton up there, but just keep going down.
There's a proud tradition of leaving promising, careers and entrepreneurship to go teach English in malls.
There is.
Yeah.
It runs in the blood, I guess. Where's Ben? I answered that in my last video. Go to loud86.com and watch the newest video, or the second newest video called the Q&A.
You can find him in any Starbucks having a Starbucks manicure. Pretty much.
You guys are effing awesome. Well, cheers to you, David.
Thanks.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you. You're effing awesome too.
You're effing awesome. Can I buy your TV show? Yes, you can. In a couple weeks, we'll do a big promo, probably a live stream to promote it as well.
Yeah, it'll be like $5 for the whole thing. So
When will the India video come out? It already did.
Which one? Go look for China versus India.
It's there.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay.
I keep almost reading some of these really horrible ones. Are you both excited for episode 8? Of course. Who's not excited for episode 8?
Of what?
It's a redundant question. Star Wars!
Oh, yeah. What? No, seriously. I'm sorry, I'm one of those guys. For me, there are only 3 Star Wars movies, and the rest are just kind of like, meh. Although the new one that I watched, the latest one that came out, it's okay. It's not bad.
It was very good. I loved it. I watched it in 4D though, and I got really sick because the chairs are moving around in China.
You know why it's really good? It's because it's not as bad as those horrible prequels.
Fair enough. But for me...
If you stacked it up against the originals, it's
not as good.
Meh.
But I love them all. I love them all.
It's kind of like the new Star Trek movies are not really very good at all.
Fair enough.
So
just joined you with the kind of Qingdao. Cool. Go.
Right.
Go. Very inappropriate. Don't laugh.
Sorry. Okay. I mean, that's mean as fuck. It's
more trolls. Please come on in. Winston wants to be able to laugh at me. Now that Prazi is a Muslim monk, what the hell? Will we see more baby milk? I tried to get my wife to do more videos about her. She's not doing it, so she'll be in every Sunday's video.
I have to say that, although I do enjoy watching C-Milk's videos, and we watch each other's videos to give feedback and stuff. I really dislike family stuff in vlogs, but that's my own personal thing. I know lots of people love it, and you do have a very unique, interesting situation. I'm sure lots of people are interested in it, but for me, it's like, I see babies and I'm just like, eh.
Thanks for that, appreciate that.
It's like, yeah. Maybe it's because you see babies in moments every day.
Sure, absolutely. In China, there's too many babies.
No, keep on Keep on
trucking.
doing it. Keep on doing it.
So would you rather live in Japan?
The answer to that is yes. Of course I would. You know, it's just one of those things. Well, no, I mean seriously, I would. I'm not going to lie. But the reason I chose to not live in Japan and pursue that, because I actually ended up in China on my way to Japan, is simply because of the fact that I realized the opportunity was in China. Not only the opportunity, but everything that I kind of hoped to find in Japan, I found in China, and realized that you can't find it in Japan anymore.
Oh, okay.
You know, a lot of people have this fantasy they're going to go to Japan and they're going to be this exotic, you know, like gaijin or, you know, like Michael and go there and you're going to get a lot of attention and, you know, you're going to be discovering a new culture and discovering new things. But Japan has been exposed to the West for so many years that everybody who walk there, they're just like, meh. You know,
like for a foreigner that first comes to China, you get this Marco Polo syndrome, and you're like, I'm experiencing something that people have never seen before. But if you've been in China as long as me and Winston, you kind of get over that. And in the beginning, I was like, I would never want to be in Japan. Like everyone's already seen it. Now I'm like, please give me the luxuries of living in Japan.
So, you know, especially when I was younger, don't forget, when I came to China, I was only 25 years old.
True.
And so for me, it was the adventure.
It was awesome, especially as a younger 20s guy. It's awesome. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So if I'm talking about right now, if I could choose to live in China or Japan, definitely Japan, just simply because everything works better and it's more first world and it's more like, you know, technologically advanced.
I would take one last awesome bike trip in China and then move to Japan.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I wouldn't stop coming back.
No, you'd be here all the time. Just for living, like daily life stuff.
Yeah. What else?
You're being a bad DJ right now.
Yeah,
I need comments and I need videos.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna say I don't even know if this is a good video or not.
Doesn't matter. It's probably grass, but whatever.
Okay, let's get back to the comments.
Scroll down. You did
comments. Okay.
It's like so much.
Did I skip a bunch?
Any untold scary Baotou stories? I want to bring story time back, so don't worry. I will do some more of those.
Hey, look, it's
Scared Boy. Let's tell the story real quick.
Okay, so before I play this little kid over here, okay, this little guy, this cute little guy over here. Now,
let's not go too far.
I had set up the drone, okay, and he was basically, you can see here this house. He was like all the way in there with his mother, and he saw the foreigners, and he was like dragging his mom out.
Oh, mama. I'll be the little boy. Oh, mama, will you come
So he dragged his mother all the way out here to come and stare at me while I was trying to get the drone off the ground. So he was really annoying, like literally getting in my face, and his mother too. Like when the drone was on the ground, he was trying to pick it up and touch it and stuff. So I finally got it in the air, and you can see he's sitting there with this incredibly intelligent expression on his face. And so I thought, okay, you like this drone so much, right? Okay, here, take a look. He's like, ooh, look, it's a drone. So I'm like, yeah, it is. And then he kind of got a little worried. He's like, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. So he was like, maybe he won't notice. And then I was like,
You should preface this, we're in a very bad mood.
Oh yeah, we were dehydrated and feeling really bad. So I was like buzzing him, and he was like, you can see him over there. And he was like, so I mean, I wasn't.
It's okay, son.
I wasn't really trying to be mean, but I was just like, you know what, kid, like you like it so much.
And he left.
Yeah.
He left.
Yeah. Then he left us alone because he was really like he was trying to pick it up and stuff. You know.
Sure.
Does it
Scroll
end there?
down.
Oh yeah, I gotta scroll down.
Ooh, high five.
Okay, yeah, let's get back. I'll bring that.
We're way behind.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, let's get back to the questions.
How often do you see dead people in public? Very, very often.
Whoa,
would you? Tony Blanco, would you?
Yeah.
A lot of dead people actually from traffic accidents, 99%.
Especially from traffic accidents. I've seen a couple of like old, like maybe just like old beggar type guys that got.
You want to say 10 a year?
At least.
10 a year, yeah, at least. Cool.
But you know,
that's cruel. No, it was necessary. We're dying.
Yeah, it was absolutely necessary. Yeah.
Why don't you ride bigger bikes? Number one, because in China traffic is so dangerous that when we both had bigger bikes, it was actually like a death trap. It's kind of scary.
I'd say for me as well, the fact that they're all illegal. You know, unless you live in Beijing or Shanghai, where you can get these very expensive.
It's too expensive with the plates. So.
Yeah. There's no point. The 125s that we have are completely illegal. What's that?
Yeah, you showed that effing kid high five.
He was an annoying little tool, that guy.
Oh. Seymour, what do you think of Caillou? Are you talking about that like kids show on PBS? I hate that show. I used to hate that show. My little sister watched it.
Just go up a little bit.
How often do Chinese people poop in public? Often.
Fairly often.
Play the video again. Okay, will do.
Yeah, let's get it back. I don't know why it's so laggy. It must be that old.
Hey Winston, how come you haven't answered my WeChat? Ooh.
Which one?
Your bikes are ugly and shitty.
Thank you.
Hey! Okay? That's unnecessary. You can talk about my wife, but don't talk about my bike.
Yeah, I mean, think what you want. We've been everywhere on those things.
What happened to Marty? Actually,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, there's too much here. Okay.
See, there's a little kid again.
You don't need to talk about it again.
Okay. Oh, why is it so laggy? Come on. Okay.
Go down. Let's start from fresh. Let's go fresh down here. Never seen a dead body in Beijing. You wouldn't. The gangs are on pickpockets. Not so many pickpockets anymore unless you're in really, really crowded areas.
Yeah.
Can one retire in China with a reasonable pension?
If
I don't think you get a pension in China.
No.
Oh,
I think he means if he has. Yes, you
Yeah,
can.
sure.
If you have a reasonable pension, you can retire. Absolutely.
I don't know why you'd want to.
But there is one big problem, and that is visas. So you could never be stable because even if, like me, you have a spousal visa, they can revoke it at any time. And if things change, if policies change, they can
I
kick you out.
wouldn't retire here.
I think I'm not gonna discount it. I think if you could move into, like, where Brian lives, like some village in the middle of nowhere, where you're living in a kind of a house with a lake.
Yeah, I suppose. But politically, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
you don't pick a tumultuous country. Philbert, the guy on WeChat, he actually wants to send you beer, so you better answer him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we will.
Sorry.
That's unkind that bikes are gay and shitty. Thanks, appreciate that. Keep going down.
Yeah.
Show the fat kid. We just did.
Yeah, we just did. We just showed him again.
We don't like
there he is. Look, he's there. He's still there. Did you see him there?
Oh, he came back.
Yeah.
Never mind. He
so
didn't go
annoying.
away.
He was so annoying. Okay, what else have we got?
Keep going. Can you shop from Amazon? Amazon.cn. They have their own China store now. I use it all the time. It's actually more reliable than Taobao. They play, or they sell reliable stuff.
They play stuff.
It's not fake.
I
I wanted you to play it in your video. Secretly.
Yeah, what did they play exactly? Anyway, yeah, let's
Sure, they play.
Yeah.
Motorcycle licenses in China difficult. Absolutely.
It's incredibly difficult. Basically, we only have licenses by chance. It's not even possible anymore.
No.
If you live in a very
in a
small city
or a big city where bikes are legal,
Yeah.
you can go to the DMV and do it.
Yeah. But basically, it needs to be fully legal where you live, and then you can go from there.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's try this one.
Let's do a night shot. We're gonna switch to a night shot, guys.
Yeah, I really just hope it doesn't lag as much. Sorry, guys, it's my fault. I should have moved this stuff
That's
over.
okay. Let's get the comments fresh and then let this run for a while.
Yeah, I'll let that run in the background. I don't even know
It's
where
not
it is.
playing, so.
Oh yeah, I gotta actually play it.
Okay.
This is in Huizhou, right?
This is in Huizhou, guys. So if you want to see some night shots
Yeah.
around where I live,
Okay, let's get back to
don't
the
look me
comments.
up then. That's why you need to build e-bikes. I actually really don't like e-bikes, to be honest.
You can look at some of my old videos. I played around with e-bikes a lot. I made e-bikes with turbos that caught fire. I had all sorts of funny e-bikes, but let's
not the
be
same.
honest.
It's not the same.
Yeah, okay.
5 years marriage visa can get a green card. Nope. Nip that in the bud real quick. You take care of this.
Why do people keep thinking you can get a green card?
I don't know.
You can't.
You can't get a green card.
No, you can't. You can get a residence permit like I have, and it's a 2-year residence permit. And I believe it can go as far as being a 3-year residence permit, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But you cannot get a green card. It's just not one of those things. It's one of those things that there are articles that are constantly written about it. They're like, oh, they're relaxing the laws of this.
Question.
You can't. Unless you've got millions and millions to invest.
Or you sell scientific secrets.
Yeah, or you sell state secrets, or you do something really, because it's like you must benefit China in an amazing way. How many people ended up with green cards in the whole history of China? Like 7,000.
Yeah, but we don't know them. They're
Yeah.
not average people.
Yeah.
They're very famous people.
You can look up the statistics. It's like something like 7,500 people ever.
Right.
And there's like 180,000 Chinese people get green cards in America every year.
Right.
So it's just...
Actually, I don't want to sound like a dick here. Like,
Yeah.
it's just impossible though. We get asked this all.
I'm sorry.
the
Maybe
time.
that's just an overreaction. But you can't get a green card. You can start the process. You can go down that road. It's legally there, but you won't get it.
Just like many things in China, the law is there, but in reality, it just doesn't work like that.
Yeah, in fact, that's one of our upcoming.
It is actually. Keep going.
Yeah,
I
let's see
just
what's
probably
next.
missed a lot there. Oh crap! You keep. Yeah, 500,000 RMB per year salary needed to get a green card. At least.
Yeah, there's all sorts of funny things.
Have you guys ever? Sorry.
Yeah.
No, we have not done that, Scarlet.
Mhm.
Block some of these troll people. Don't know how to do that. We're quite new at this.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. That is better.
Winston, why such a narcissistic beat?
C word.
Well, I believe that, you need to be able to be a bit of a tool in order to survive in life, because if you bend too much to everybody's will, you basically end up just being a nobody. So, you either stick out there by yourself and stick to your beliefs, and, sometimes that makes you look like a real piece of rubbish.
For sure.
But sorry, that's just the way I'm not going to
No
change.
green card. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't care about that one. Sega Genesis versus Super Nintendo. This should be good.
I would say Genesis. That was always my thing when I was younger. I mean, because I had one. We never had Super Nintendos in South Africa.
Genesis does. What
It's
Nintendo?
got blast processing, damn it.
No, Super Nintendo. Absolutely, positively Super Nintendo.
It is. It's better.
You agree?
I agree. But we never had it.
That's true.
I had
If
a-
you had it.
I had a Dutch friend who had a Super Nintendo that he brought over from Holland. Sorry, Nederlands. The Netherlands.
Yeah.
And I played it at his house, and I was like, "This is amazing." But I didn't want to say it, so I was just like, "Yeah, Genesis is better."
This
It's
guy,
Sonic.
this guy keeps spamming.
Yeah.
Winston, can one find SerpentZA in old BBS logs? Because someone earlier said you got your name in BBS logs.
Yeah, you probably can.
Okay.
If you look up the Green Dragon BBS in South Africa, it's on Rob's list. What else? The old Software Connection BBS.
Cheers, Orgasmified. I appreciate it. You're a good commenter on the channel. Go ahead.
Cool. Yeah. There's a bunch, but you probably can find it. I mean, yeah, who knows?
Have you both have a car in China? Yeah, we both have cars in
Yeah.
China. Winston, you need to play Chrono Trigger. We play Chrono
Oh,
Trigger.
dude.
We love Chrono Trigger. I'm playing it right now, actually. I'm currently in it.
I finished Chrono Trigger years ago on an emulator on like Windows when I was,
I'm playing on DS, which is like the definitive version right now. So.
Yeah.
Pepsi or Coke? Pepsi.
Coke.
How do you avoid
Didn't
fake
they see
news?
the episode we've got a Coke versus
Yeah,
Pepsi?
dude 548, go on our channel actually, when this is done,
Yeah,
go on there and watch our Coke versus Pepsi video.
absolutely.
Let Winston read the comments.
Okay.
No, he's the troll dude.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
he's trying to kibosh us.
Yeah.
How do you avoid fake meat?
You don't.
No, this is just fake.
I mean-
I know I've had rat before.
Even in the best supermarkets here, sometimes they get the suppliers like trick people, and so yeah.
What about WeChat Wallet for foreigners since June or July 1st? That's fine.
WeChat Wallet, I use it all the
I use
time.
it every time.
Yeah, you link it to your Chinese bank account. It's actually very easy to do. You just have to make sure your bank account is linked to your cell phone number, because they will send you a confirmation SMS.
You guys will come to Beijing soon again. Why weren't you at the last subscriber meetup in Beijing? Huh? Of course, we'd love to.
I mean, yeah, but
If
we're
I get the
not
time.
going to unless we really have to.
I really had a good time there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tough.
I want you to go there when the weather is crap, because you've only been there in good weather.
I'm of the opinion that Beijing is like the coolest place in China, and Winston knew I would have that opinion if the weather was good, because I wasn't there during the pollution. Apparently, it's atrocious.
It's awful.
Do you
But
think
it's nice
Japanese
when
women
it's
are more attractive than Chinese women?
No.
I can't have that opinion because I haven't been to Japan.
I'm going to be brutally honest and say no. And the reason I say no is for a couple of reasons. I think Japanese women are way more sophisticated. They know how to dress, they know how to use makeup. I don't want to sound like an absolute misogynist arsehole kind of a guy here, but I'm just stating facts here. The genetic diversity in China is way more.
Sure, it's a big
So
place.
when you go to Japan, you'll notice a lot of the women are quite short and stubby, and they share the same sort
They're
of
well
genetic.
fed.
No, I wouldn't say that. You do see lots of slim, nice-looking
Okay.
girls. You do get lots of attractive girls in Japan, but the diversity isn't there. You come to China, and there's so many,
Dark skin, light skin, tall, short.
tall, short, skinny, long legs, short legs.
Eye
It's
shape,
like,
yeah.
and from different parts of China. So I'd say in general, naturally, Chinese girls are more attractive, but when it comes to sophistication, Japanese girls are more attractive. So it's a balance, really. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good question actually.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I do want to go to Tibet. Winston doesn't.
No, I've got no interest.
I'm getting less and less apt to go though. It's getting pretty hairy over there for visas.
I mean, the thing is, you have to have a minder.
That's what I mean, like
you
for
know,
the permits and stuff. It's not
what's
good.
the point? Yeah.
Artie, do either of you smoke? Nope.
No, not at all. Never smoked actually.
No. I smoked for 13 years actually. I quit.
No, I never
2
smoked.
years ago. Damn it, Wen, what do you think of Xi'an? Everyone keeps asking me about Xi'an these days.
I think it's because they hear about the terracotta warriors.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to tell you about Xi'an. I'm going to tell you what my impressions of Xi'an are. And my impressions of Xi'an are, by the way, someone keeps talking about my wife.
Okay.
I'll find a picture, I'll show you. When it comes to Xi'an, here, that's my wife over there. I took that picture yesterday, actually, when we were out for brunch. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I mean, and she's a doctor. Anyway, enough of that. Xi'an, the food is great. That's about it.
Yeah, I like Shan seafood actually.
A lot of people are very impressed by the terracotta
If you're gonna
warriors.
show your wife, can you at least humble brag? That was not a humble brag.
It's
Hey
not.
guys, hey, look at my hot wife. Check out my hot wife here. She's a doctor, by the way. Okay. Anyway, continue, Xi'an.
Yeah, pretty much. Terracotta warriors for me were boring. It was like looking at a big chess set. But you know, there's history there, and for anyone who's interested in that, it is interesting.
Cool. I don't care about that at all.
Yeah.
Repeat question. Do you two have a great rapport, but do you ever have arguments? If so, how do you get over them? We rarely have arguments. You know what? We actually had a few arguments on conquering southern China, but we ended up directing our anger at each other because we knew it was misdirected and towards the film crew.
Yeah.
So we took all that hate within our helmets and just balled it up like a Dragon Ball and just released
You
it.
know, the worst thing is we were recording on GoPro, and a lot of the time we were like, you know, these effing guys, and like
We
they're
said
just sitting there in the
most
car, you know,
vile stuff about them.
and it was still on record. And we realized they're going to be going through this footage.
They're
later
gonna
to edit. So who knows what's in that footage? Who knows
I
what
mean,
they've
like,
heard?
the
Who
weird
knows?
thing is that when we went up to Beijing, we were having drinks together. They didn't say a word. They didn't say anything. So apparently they didn't hear what we were saying. I don't know.
Because you know there were times where they were like just sleeping in the car and stuff while we were just hammering through these.
Remember when you like just laid on the horn when they're sleeping in the car?
Yeah. It's like, wake up. Yeah.
Hello, Sea Milky Son of a Gun. What's up, dope fishy? Greeting from Guangzhou. What's up? What do you think of the port of Dandong? Dude, I'm cheersing to that. That's fan freaking
Dandong, International Trading Hub.
We love the port of Dandong. You obviously know China.
Yeah, we have a friend whose girlfriend is the port of Dandong. Oh no, actually she's not. That's she comes from Dandong, so that's her nickname. She's not actually like that. That sounded terrible. Let's get.
I'm gonna put the time limit on this is the last drink because
Yeah. Okay.
when the port of Dandong starts coming out, that's when you need.
Yeah.
I like your wife. Shut up.
They say your wife is. They say my wife is pretty. I agree. Thank you. That's why I'm
I'll
married.
tell
to
her you guys. I'm 6'1", you're about 5'10", 5'11". She
Yeah.
is a 9. I think she is sexy.
Thank you.
Are you sister narcissist? Come on! You already answered
Yeah,
that.
I did answer that. Yeah. Thank you.
Is she making a lot as a doctor in China?
No, doctors don't make a lot. I don't know her salary. I actually never really asked
Minimum
her.
wage.
But doctors, because I train them, they generally earn somewhere around
You get
between
employment.
6 to 8,000.
They make less than a McDonald's worker in America.
They make less than an English teacher here
Yes.
in China, which is disgusting because you know that's not correct.
That's his life.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's only 54 seconds long. Okay.
Sorry, we gotta get another video
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Both your wives are very attractive. Thank you. When
Yeah,
were
I
you
think so
together?
too. I think that, and that we're lucky. We're both very lucky because of that. Yeah. I just tend to prefer my wife because she's my wife, obviously. But you know, that's no slight.
When you start preferring your friend's wife, you're probably not gonna be friends anymore.
Yeah, that's correct. Yep.
Your wife is beautiful. Both of you have a beautiful family. Thank you, man. I appreciate
Yeah,
it,
that's
Jack.
really
You're
nice.
actually a nice wife picking it.
Gonna make that part of your Wankelstein or whatever they call that?
Dude, come on. Why not consider move to UK? It's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, I can, but the thing is I'd have to go on an ancestral visa, which would take 7 years of living and working in the UK. And for me, that's not a very attractive, you know, thing to do at the moment.
No,
And
it's-
I'd have to dig up my grandparents' marriage certificates,
Okay.
marriage certificates,
Okay.
birth certificates, all that
Picture you
nonsense.
to get your grandparents. LOL or Overwatch, I don't know either of the.
Oh,
no,
dude,
I don't
Overwatch,
like them.
dude. Come on, Overwatch. Overwatch is awesome.
Real
Dude,
question,
seriously.
any intention of the gay community? No, not too many actually. Oh, you did a video about that. Go check out Winston's video about being gay in China. Remember that?
Yeah, but don't. Yeah.
Check it out.
Check out my video about. No, I interviewed a very, very nice chap.
Interaction.
Yeah, a very nice chap. Frank Markey.
Yep.
Is it Marconi? Mark. Macri, sorry. And you know, he's a gay guy who was living in China. He's moved out since, but yeah.
Can you say what's up, Ji-Hun? What's up, Ji-Hun? I need a voice.
Dude asked me to give him a shout out. I think it was Gus.
Gus, what's up?
Gus, what's up?
C-Milk, you're very attractive as well. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Must be due to your keto diet. That's right, keto life.
Yeah.
It must be good. Blah, 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 blah. Damn it, Josh, what I fall forward. What energy drink do you guys drink? If I can, they don't really have energy drinks here, but I would drink diet, sugar-free Red Bull. What?
Never mind. That just sounded so.
I don't want psoriasis or whatever they got.
Yeah, plaque psoriasis. You know, when I was in America, I didn't realize there were so many energy drinks. They had, like, literally
insane,
sections in the supermarket just
like
for
that
energy
for
drinks.
years.
Yeah, they have that Monster Zero, that white can. Yeah, that's the one you like.
Put your hands up. I like that Monster white can. Actually, yeah, sorry. I like Monster Zero. It's called Monster Zero.
Yeah.
How challenging is it to open a business? Oh, God. Don't even open this question.
Yeah.
Do you recommend Shenzhen University to learn Mandarin, Winston?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a good place. I mean, it's expensive, but you can get a student visa, whereas if you go to like a normal training school or something, you couldn't get that.
Cool.
And you've got a lot of resources there, and yeah, I'd recommend it.
For us viewers, try to support and buy The Conquering Southern China. Thank you.
Thank you so much, really do. Yeah.
Please buy it. We would really love that. We'll do a stream. Actually, we're talking earlier about having some behind the scenes stuff to stream as we talk about it, kind of director's cut stuff.
Yeah, kind of like we got this little video, this little video going on. We can have some
It's gonna be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that stream.
It's gonna be fun.
Relive the whole journey, you know.
And by then we would have sorted out a better camera and everything.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. We're not gonna have this kind of situation.
Yeah.
Go down a little bit.
Okay.
Interested in making business. Don't know about export, sorry. What countries do you want to live in the future? Honestly, probably go back to America, but not New York. I'm thinking about California. What about you?
Depends what comes my way. I mean, you know, that's the thing. You can never really tell what life's going to throw at you. And if, let's say, something happened and I'd had to leave, then I would just have to weigh up my options and see which was the most attractive. I absolutely loved America, by the way. Definitely high up on my list. It'd be very difficult for someone like myself with my nationality to get there.
Sure.
But I loved it. You know, and then there's all the other colonies like Australia, New Zealand, all that
Sure.
nonsense I'd look at. Although the accent, guys, I love you guys to death, but yeah.
I want to rephrase. Hey, come here. Say hi. Okay. My wife's too shy.
Yeah.
I want to rephrase actually. I would only go to America if I was in a position where I could be doing videos in other countries like China all the time.
We want to make sure that no matter what happens in the future, we can continue the Churchill channel.
Yeah.
And that's something I would like to say right now, is that both C-Milk and myself, we've kind of decided that we want Churchill to be bigger than the both of us, so both of our personal channels. We want to focus on this, and we want to make this grow, and we're going to put our energies towards this.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't mean we're going to put any less energy into our own channels, but
if not more. But
this is the one we want to succeed. So with all of your help out there, hopefully we can achieve that.
New video.
Okay, let's keep going down. Oh, new video. All right. Find us something and.
What do you think about Western food in China made by Chinese? It's terrible, man. Like feng pi liu. It's really, really, really bad. Like for the most part, it's getting better, but man, like. The hot plate, there's this thing they do. They have this like black hot plate.
Sizzling beef.
Sizzling beef. It's like water buffalo and then like a side of tasteless ketchup covered pasta. It's absolutely disgusting. That's the majority of Western food you find here.
Yeah. Oh, that was still running, dude.
Would you collab with Joey from My Life Abroad? I don't know who that is. Maybe.
No, wait, that rings a bell. I may have heard about him. Isn't he? I
don't know who that is.
I think I know him anyway. Yeah.
If you guys won't make a live stream at least once a week, I'll come and kill you. Sorry. That's awesome.
Okay, that's
How are sushi in China? It depends. If you go to a real Japanese, I actually live in a Japanese area here in Huizhou, and the sushi's really good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But it's expensive.
Yeah.
Can you fit Chinese condoms? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. It's not. Let's not read that one. What's next?
No. I already read it.
Okay. Let's not answer that one.
Pizza, China.
It's self-explanatory.
This guy keeps asking you. I'm just gonna have to give it to him. Are South African women easy to hook up with?
No. South African women are one of the most difficult. How can I say? Basically, it's almost impossible. I'll tell you why. Because, well, it depends. I mean, depends on your personal preference. But if you are white, like myself, and you would like to find a white girlfriend, they're in such high demand because the population there, only something like 7%, or I can't remember the exact amount, so don't quote me on it, but a very small percentage of the population are white. So if you want a white girlfriend, you've got to deal with all the other white guys going for the attractive girlfriend because, obviously, just like everywhere else, you'll have a couple of really good, attractive girls and you'll have a couple of not so attractive girls. So if you're going for an attractive girl, you have so much competition. You've got other guys buying them BMWs and all that kind of nonsense. So you have to compete very, very, very hard. And because of that, they all develop a very sort of bitchy attitude. And it's basically because they're protected by everyone because it's a dangerous country. So their father protects them, their brothers protect them, their boyfriends protect them, and they get used to kind of being showered with gifts and protection and everything, so they develop into very needy, very horrible kind of, it's just a terrible personality. So I'd say South African women, white women anyway, are really difficult to hook up with.
There you go. Finally.
Anyway.
Because he asked like 100,000 times.
Okay, well
I'll go up a little bit. I want to answer something. Go. How long before you upload them do you film the adventure talk shows? Same day, actually.
Yeah.
So the day that we film, we edit and then upload that night or the following morning, actually.
Yeah, and then we wake up hungover because that's our drinking night as well. So we finish editing.
You are with us on what we usually do.
Yeah, this is the night that we're normally editing, but we're doing a live stream tonight. Yay! It's kind of
we did it.
We thought it'd be like an easy cop out, but it's actually so difficult setting it up.
Oh my lord! What's your favorite city in the world?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Probably Tokyo.
Okay, New York for me. Go ahead, down.
You've never been to Tokyo, that's why.
I'm sure it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure New York's awesome too. Get some bagels,
That's what you gotta do.
Pretty much. Slice of pizza, some coffee,
He's got it down pat.
Yeah,
New
let's
York
see
accent. Are there any famous serial killers in your cities? I don't think so. There's a guy that stabbed a nurse the other day.
Yeah. The stabbings, man. Anyway, let's not get into that.
No. Give us another vid.
I am looking for something interesting. And I'll just throw in a Wutong Mountain one, shall I? How about
go
when
ahead.
I troll that, the river
Woman in the river. River woman, we'll call it.
That would have been the one previous to that. That'll be this one. Yeah, I trolled a river woman. I'm going to bring that over here. Where was it? It's just like random stuff.
Okay. Go to the comments there. We're probably way behind.
Okay. All right. Well, it'll get to river woman in a minute.
Winston looks like a spy. He is. Local scary stories. We'll do that story time. Don't worry. Thanks for the stream, guys. Logging off. Thank you very much. Have you been to South Korea? This guy keeps asking. No, I haven't.
I have a friend from South Korea. He's a really nice guy, and he's invited me to go there sometime.
Cool.
And
I'd love to check it out.
I'm planning to do a Korea versus China video in the future if I can.
Winston, can you imitate an Afrikaans accent? Do that and also speak Afrikaans for me.
Okay. Well, what do you want me to say?
I don't know. Just go for it. It's for you newberries. Good sub.
I can sing Jan Pirvik for you if you want,
Go ahead.
Jan Pirvik, stand still. Jan Pirvik, stand still. Goeiemôre my vrou, hier's 'n soentjie vir jou. Goeiemôre my man, daar's koffie in die pan. How's that?
That's good. That's good.
No, it's not.
Now can you do an Afrikaans accent in English?
I can like to be wearing my jean pant on a Friday. And those guys there. Anyway, no, never mind.
He does it all the time actually if you hang out with him.
I had to learn Afrikaans, and actually, you know what? I like Afrikaans people very much. I had some Afrikaans. I don't have Afrikaans friends at the moment, but I had some Afrikaans friends. But Afrikaans guys and Soties, as they call us, the English guys in South Africa, kind of never really gel very well together. We always kind of ripping each other off. So
There's a 1% chance there's an Afrikaner in this live chat right now.
I'm pretty sure there's someone there. You know,
There's
anyway.
279 people. It's not going to be an Afrikaner.
But I do like Afrikaners.
If you're Afrikaans, like go for it. Like please leave us a message.
Yeah.
Can you understand Dutch?
Yes, actually, it's very similar language, you know, and most of the words are the same. What?
I've just got another beer. Why the F is Winston singing? That's what I was
Because they asked me to like say Afrikaans.
I get it.
It's pretty easy.
Ever plan on finishing the helmet, Winston?
Well, yeah, I mean, look, it's growing, right? And in fact, can you see behind me over there? There's the original helmet, but it got too knackered, and you know,
Yeah.
it's
Smells
awful.
wicked
It's so bad. We don't go there. We don't go near
Don't
it.
touch
Yeah.
that helmet. Sweat of 1,000 men in that thing.
Yeah, we don't go to Ravenholm. Anyway, the thing is, what I've got here is I've got the provinces I've been through so far. So Guangxi, Jiangxi, Hunan, Fujian, Guangdong, Yunnan, and Guizhou, and of course there's Shenzhen city over here. And on this side are the countries and maybe provinces that I've been to. So there's Namfei, which is South Africa, Taiguo is Thailand, Yingguo, and Taiwan. So these are all the places that I've. This is Taipei. These are all the places that I've ridden motorcycles through. Obviously, I've been to more places in the world, but
Of course.
only the places that I ride motorcycles in, I put on the helmet. So I hope to fill the helmet up more. Yeah.
You guys are way better than JV loggers in Japan. They mostly bring drama. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I think that drama is just really.
Speaking
nonsense.
of helmets, you smoked reefer in that video. You hotboxed your helmet. I remember they was talking about what's it called? The video
Oh,
for
the
Adventure
vape.
Beer
Yeah,
Time.
yeah,
That was
that's
his
right,
video. Go ahead, Dan.
Hey Winston, hoe gaat het
there you
met jou? Is that hoe gaat het met jou? Yeah, how's it going with
He's
you?
Dutch. He's
Okay,
Dutch.
yeah. Ik kan niet verstaan, you know. That's whatever. I can understand. Anyway, let's continue.
Beautiful. Keep going.
Elon Musk
Ravenholm.
speaking Afrikaans.
Ravenholm, LOL. I'm Afrikaner. Okay, I concede. I'm so sorry, dude.
Yeah.
4x4 CRX. Do you have a CRX that has 4-wheel drive? Because that's awesome.
Okay. Fucking Pro. I saw District 9 actually. Not
That's
a
a
bad
good
movie.
movie.
Not a
That's
bad
good.
movie, yeah.
You ever run out of petrol in China? Nope.
Don't talk nonsense. This guy, you know, I'm all about, before we head off on a trip, I'm like, Sea Milk, we've got to make sure we've got a full tank. So he's like, don't worry, I got plenty. And we start off on our little trip and everything's loaded and we're ready to go. And we head off and he runs out of petrol and his thing's on reserve. So he's run completely out. And then he's left the key for his petrol tank back home or something.
Oh, I remember that. That was hilarious.
So we had to like
Break
break the petrol tank open.
It's pretty funny.
Oh, come on.
Those are the days.
Push it to like.
Where's your banner from? I thought you said Indian Punksy, and I already answered that like 5 times, dude.
Oh yeah, this is when I trolled that
Oh, okay.
the woman's
River woman.
catching crabs.
This is terrible.
Anyway, yeah. Well, I think she was catching crabs in the river.
Yeah. She's like, huh?
And then she was like, "What's that? I'm
She's
getting out of
pretty
here.
young.
I'm getting out of here. What's this surveillance drone?"
From this guy in the Sioux.
And then she's just like, "I'll just ignore it over here." Yeah. Anyway.
Keep going. I already
Okay.
answered that.
All right.
Go. If you're getting in trouble a lot, yeah, that's next week's episode.
Yeah, next week's
Super
episode.
close to your drone. Yes, they freak out all the time. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
When's your next parkour video coming out? Don't tell me you watched E-Bombs World in like 1999. Use Astral, yes. Catching crabs, lol. What happened to your Suzuki Swift? I sold it. Start making videos about you guys. Controversies now because we'll get kicked out. Astral, thanks. Do you have still the bike shop? Yep, we're just moving right now.
Yeah, we're currently moving the bike shop, so that's why you don't see it in our videos. We sold off all the nonsense we don't need. We just basically stored all the good tools and stuff, and we're looking for a new venue. So we'll let you guys know as it goes along.
Have either of you visited Toronto? Yes, I have many times. Actually, I lived a few hours from there. Where did I go to college? I went to Rutgers University. Hardcore parkour, more adventure videos. 60,000 subs for 60 beers. That'd be suicide.
Yeah.
Can you stop?
Okay, wait. Let's go up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Go.
Okay. I can't answer that. More adventure videos coming out, and we do it every week here on
Yeah, come on,
Good job.
guys. Do you pay attention? I mean, we're not just sitting in a room. Oh, we are right
Well,
now.
we are right now.
Yeah,
So
it's good.
usually we're making videos for this channel. Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay.
What transmission is popular amongst China? Automatic for sure.
Only
100%.
automatic.
Only automatic.
I don't know any Chinese people.
Only really, really, really cheap cars that
Yeah.
have
Like my one,
automatic.
you know,
Yeah.
my cheap little car. Yeah.
Are Chinese guys mad when they see you with your Chinese wives? Yes.
Sometimes. Depends.
It
I mean,
does happen.
if you try and be an arse and rub it in their face or something, they'll be very angry.
I don't think we do that though.
No, we don't. But yeah.
Thank you, Fang Pi Lu. I appreciate it. Yeah, she is cute. Drone stalker. That would be a good documentary, wouldn't
Yeah, it is. It's a good idea. What's next?
Sea milk is bombed. I'm absolutely not bombed, but I will continue drinking after this video is over.
Yeah, we will.
60 beer shots in 60 minutes to celebrate. It's too many carbs. You know I don't do that.
Yeah. I don't think we could do that.
How did you pick the name Sea Milk? Please go watch the video and find out.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at my channel. It's called Fake Police and Sea Milk. That's what it's called, and you can find out the origin story right there.
Cool.
Yeah.
What are your favorite bomb-ass memes?
Bomb ass what?
Memes.
Memes.
What memes do you like nowadays? I mean, you wouldn't like what we like.
Yeah. Never mind. Let's continue.
What do you miss most about America, Sea Milk? I miss open roads, and I miss being able to walk down the street without people staring at me. I miss fresh air, and I miss like just being able to like walk down the street and like kind of enjoy nature and stuff, to be honest,
Yeah.
because it's quite.
This is an interesting one. How's the Chinese music scene versus South Africa and America? You can start. There is no music scene in China.
There's no music scene.
People love going to karaoke, and they love watching like Voice of China and things on TV. It's all about singing, but it's nothing really original. And something you have to understand is because of the history of China, all of Chinese pop songs come from Taiwan and Hong Kong.
Yeah, there's not.
They don't
Stuff
really
to say.
make much music here, but they absolutely love singing songs from other places.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I mean, music is a big part of the culture here, but it's
Yeah.
not like original like Chinese
No,
music.
it's not like a local music. There are local music scenes in big cities and stuff, but it's nowhere like
Yeah.
like where you're from. Where can I watch or buy the Conquering Southern China documentary? First, it's going to be released on Vimeo on demand.
Vimeo on demand in about 2 weeks or so. We'll
Yeah.
keep you posted. Don't worry. We're going to announce on all of our channels, so you don't need to worry. You're not going to miss out.
Dicks out for Harambe. Do you recommend living in a Tier 88 city? I live in a Tier 88 city.
If
Would
you're
not
running
like-
from the law.
Hey, I'm not running from the law.
Yeah. Now this is what, a tier 3 or 4
Tier
city?
3.
Okay, tier 3 city. That's
Do you
it.
like Diantwoord?
No. I think Diantwoord is like basically very low class redneck kind of stuff. I mean, I understand the appeal to people from not in South Africa, but for me, when I look at them, it's cringe for me. It's like looking at the worst trailer trash that you've ever seen in your
Makes
life.
a lot of sense, and we have no perspective.
I mean, imagine you've got a superstar band in your country that's like Jim Bob with his like 3 teeth, you know,
That's
and you'll be
true.
like, wow, everyone's saying, look at this awesome band, and you're like, man, I wouldn't even like, I don't know, I wouldn't even like spit in that guy's direction.
It'd be kind of like people asking if I like Nickelback or something. You know what I mean?
But
It's
they're
shit.
awesome. Let's continue.
Do you guys vape? Nope. How high have you taken the drone? 280 meters at this point, right?
Actually, higher than that.
Oh, yeah?
Because remember,
You did it without me?
no, 250 meters is what I set it to. You can set it to 500 meters,
Yeah.
but the remote that they gave me was a bit wonky, didn't
Yeah.
go further. But it means from the point of takeoff.
Oh.
And, you know, don't forget, I've taken off from the top of like
It's kind of cheating, though, isn't it?
38
That's
story building, so you know, that's how high is that going to be?
50 meters.
Yeah, so about 300 odd meters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What's your names? Sea Milk and SerpentZA.
Yeah.
I ship you beer. You ship me beer? Hey man, Nickelback is a good band. Oh man, we're gonna have to wrap it up here. See, we'll do a couple more questions.
Yeah.
Why don't you do a question bomb right now? Like question bomb.
Yeah.
Like 2 seconds. 1, 2, question bomb, and then we'll try to read a couple, and then we'll go.
SJW Cringe 2016. How do you know what my hobby is? I love watching that crap.
He's watching your subscriptions. So.
Yeah.
Are cigars a thing in China? Do you enjoy them? No, they're not a thing. Yes, I like cigars. You? No.
I don't smoke, but I mean, yeah, I think cigars look cool, like, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger with the, yeah.
Do you do sports? I was a competitive swimmer for like 18 years, but not anymore. We do, what do we do now? Not related to sports, eh?
Yeah.
Not so much.
That's kind of interesting. Are there Chinese versions of chavs? Yes. Nongs.
No.
Yeah. Nongs, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's next?
Never finished your mysterious Chinese alcohol series, 4 out of 10.
Oh, you're absolutely right. You know why I stopped doing that? Because I wasn't getting good feedback.
I loved it. I loved it.
I was, and you know what?
Drinking a tree.
I know, but that's the thing. I was actually putting myself out there in like weird situations. Drinking in a tree, drinking in front of an Andy Warhol exhibition, drinking on the middle of the street, you know, all these weird things, and it's kind of difficult to do that, you know.
Sure, I get it.
And people were like, meh, you know, I got like a couple of views, and I was like, you know what, screw that.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
I might pick it up.
Oh, Mark! I don't know if that's actually Mark. When do you go to bed? We usually go to bed around 1, maybe 1.
Nah, more like 3. Like on Churchill nights?
On Churchill nights, but I don't want to go to bed that late.
Yeah, me neither. But yeah, you know, because we do our sewed for the whole day, and then we end up drinking and talking crap and watching YouTube videos, and you know. So.
All right, we're gonna have one more drink with you guys. Just
last one.
Yeah,
okay,
a little tip. This one's gonna be the hard stuff because.
No more mixes.
No, we're gonna say bye bye.
Okay.
How much is a surrogate mother in China? I have absolutely no idea, bro. What is your favorite motorcycle brand? Churchill not included.
Honda.
Honda? Kawasaki for me. Huge Kawasaki fan.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's actually a tough call now that you mentioned Kawasaki.
See, you can say Honda. We can't copy each other. Say Honda. He likes Honda.
Yeah. How many Kawasaki's have you had?
1.
You see, there we go. I beat you.
I
I've
had a bike
3.
style,
I had 3. I like Honda. Actually, I do. Honda for me.
Okay.
I love my Honda XR.
I like Hondas too.
I had an XR 500, 1984 XR 500 in South Africa.
Nice.
Beautiful bike. It was the best bike I ever owned, and I loved it. But Kawasaki KDX 200, man.
Suvi Tosavainen says, I love watching you drink. We'd watch you drink if you were drinking.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a good job. Weed is illegal. Would you dance if I asked you to dance? No. So sorry. What's the banner story? This guy, I get his shtick now. He just keeps asking the same questions, even though we answer them.
Yeah.
That's a good troll, actually. I'm from Nepal. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. On the fanboy. Where are you guys filming this? This is in our studio here in Huizhou.
Huizhou. Can't you tell? We have our flag on the wall. We have our engine oil, our Yamalube, which they should bloody sponsor us. By
They should at this point. It's like they're getting more exposure than they've ever got.
Yeah.
When will Winston have a child?
Who knows how many children I already have?
Oh, snap!
All right, what's next? That's not too nice by itself.
Whew.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay. I am a scared Chinese child. Now you have over 70,000 subs. How often do you meet with any of them?
Quite often. In fact, last week I met with 2. In fact, I met with 2 patrons because I put an open invitation for my
He's meeting
patrons.
subs all the time. I don't know how you do it, man.
And I bump into subscribers in Shenzhen literally every week. Somebody will bump into me.
They're recognizing them everywhere.
Yeah, it's great. So I've been trying to take little video clips of each person I meet because I want to make a compilation, but that's the thing, I've got too many bloody video clips now, I don't know what to do.
It's only 10:30 there, just sit around and talk shit until 1 a.m. No.
We would love to.
You said we talk shit.
Yeah, the problem is, the more drunk we get, the more
we're gonna expose ourselves too much.
The more obnoxious we get, yeah.
What's your favorite retro wave outrun music, Winston?
Right now, it would be this Wolf and Raven. What's it? Wolf and Raven on the Run. Wolf and Raven on the Run. It's great.
Wolf and Raven on the Run. We're not playing that, are we?
No.
Okay. Keep going.
Okay,
we're gonna round this out. I feel you guys will be so drunk that you'll come back in 2 hours and continue to lie. Dude, I love this guy that keeps saying Winston Wave. That's gonna be a thing. You know people are.
I hope so.
Seriously, somebody make Winston Wave. I'll listen to that. Are you guys violent when drunk? This guy's.
No, nonsense. I don't get violent. You know what I do get? I do get incredibly obnoxious though sometimes. And it's always, it sounds mean, but I'm always in a nice way. Like when I see someone has some character flaws, most people don't point them out.
Okay.
But then when I get drunk, I point them out like big style.
I don't need to hear that. You don't need to even look at me when you say that. I know that very well.
Yeah. I'll be like, listen, mate, I got something to say, but
I just turn off at that point.
I'll never like punch anyone.
Actually, you don't do that to me. You do that to other people,
I
and I have to watch you do that to other people.
It's embarrassing sometimes.
See, look, do you think your daughter will be bullied in school because she's half Chinese? I doubt it. I live in 2016. Are you guys out drunk? No, I already did that. Nonsense.
Yeah.
You guys rock on a motorcycle too. Wolf and Raven on the run. They know.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's the one.
Is nonsense Winston's favorite word?
No, but it's a very valid word. I use it a lot because it describes a lot, and I happen to witness a lot of nonsense in my life.
Nonsense.
So, yeah, absolutely.
Do you
nonsense.
like 80s thrash metal?
I like 80s hair metal.
You do?
Yeah.
I like Metallica, if that counts. You guys rock nonsense video.
Nice. Hey, I recently taught her how to say video, so...
The funny thing is, people are still not recognizing that.
No, they're not.
You made a thing.
Yeah.
Subtle skip sponsorship cash for comment.
Don't even know what that is. What's that?
C-Milk, will you be an overprotected... Go back up.
I don't know where that was. Where was it?
Gotta keep going up.
Okay, here it is. What?
C-Milk just vaped bleach, call amber lamps.
Nice.
Okay. Ever tried dog shit in your videos? Actually, a couple times. Are you vaping?
And human shit, actually. Today we almost stepped in human shit.
That was disgusting.
Yeah,
seriously.
it was.
I'm from Indonesia. Any plans to go to Europe? Yes, we'd love to. We'd absolutely.
If we
love
could
to
go and do a
Oh
Churchill
my
thing in
God.
Europe, that'd be amazing.
If we had the money to do it, it's
Guys,
awesome.
we have a plan, and we're going to need your support if this conquering southern China, because this is our first foray into doing something big like this, and we're going to be putting it on Vimeo on demand. And if you guys can help us spread the word, and if it sells well, in other words, if lots of people view it, we can use the money that we make from that to finance
That's not
ourselves
It's not the last show, is
to
it?
do conquering northern China, and then we're going to do
Europe, India, Japan.
We want to do India
This is our
so
goal.
bad.
Oh, India
If we
would be
can-
so
on
awesome.
those Lee Enfield,
Yes,
bullets.
so good.
Man, so we've got all these plans. So hopefully we can do it. So basically, we hope that you can help us make it a success, and then we'll do everything. Like wherever you guys want us to go, we'll do it.
Winston, why do you hate heat stroke victims? Hey, he was a heat stroke victim that day as well. We were both. That looks so good. Can you guys dance? I've been known to dabble. I'm not gonna do it though. Will you do a video on Club D22? I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Love your channel. Winston, do you recommend streaming 4K? Hey.
Sorry, I don't know where that went.
Oh, down.
Okay.
Winston's word pikey. What happened? May the luck of the Irish smile upon you. Yeah, that's my new quote.
Pikey, you gotta know, man. Pikey.
Come to Copenhagen. I went to Copenhagen when I was 19. I absolutely loved it, but I was incredibly embarrassed because everyone was taller and more handsome than me. Would you patron you to? You should patron us to Europe. What is C-Milk vaping? I am vaping Freezy Mango from Effin Flavor. C-Milk and Winston for president, dude. Dual president.
I could do that.
Who's the little V and who's the big P? Huh?
What are you talking about?
Little vice pres, big pres.
Well, I get seniority, dude. I'll be the president.
I'm pretty
for
sure that it's a democracy, so we'll find out.
No. I'm more of a dictator.
If you let,
absolutely,
absolutely is for sure. Keep going down.
Okay.
Shut up with the D22 club.
What is that?
C-Milk is vaping the tears of children whose dreams.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
They're green.
Nice.
Will you ever visit Australia? Maybe.
I have family in Australia.
You do, don't you?
Planning to go there
Well, bring
sometime
me
soon.
if you go.
Yeah.
Merchandise. We did do merchandise for our channels, but nobody's bought anything yet.
To be fair, it's kind of pricey, but it's difficult for us because we're in China.
We're making no profit.
Yeah, no profit.
Go to advchina.net/merch.
Yep.
What's the most ridiculous thing?
I'll bring it up.
Yeah, please do actually bring that up. I've had major nostalgic vibes from this live chat or TV chats of the guy reading Texas. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing as back then, isn't it? Like public access stuff.
Take a look, guys. See this awesome little website of ours, ADVChina. If you click on the little kind of hidden tilde in the corner there, merch. There we go. It's not that.
You got t-shirts. These are American Apparel, by the way, so they're good stuff. And,
they're also American prices, but what can you do?
We're not making them in China, so there's nothing much we can do.
Yeah. That's you guys can check that out.
This is not an ad. So.
Yeah. So back to
the comments. We're gonna round these out real quick. Hold on. VHS or Betamax? Betamax is pretty cool.
I've got I have, or at least I had a Betamax machine, or Betamax as I used to call it, in South Africa in my shed of stuff that I stored. And it's way better. The audio was better, picture quality was better.
It's never took off.
Yeah.
That is a well done site, by the way. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Yeah, we did it ourselves.
Okay, guys, we're gonna have to wrap it up here. Sorry. Speak Afrikaans, you already did. You missed it. You're gonna have to go back and watch the episode. Yeah. It'll probably encode within the hour.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna. This will eventually go up, and tomorrow we may watch it again and then cringe and take it down.
We won't take it down.
Okay, we'll do it.
Yeah. Shout out. Hey, Francisco. Hey, oh! Sorry, we have to go. We have to go, guys.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been a really fun time. Actually.
Yeah,
it's been awesome.
This is a first time experience for us.
We're virgins.
Well, at this anyway. Yeah. And basically, just want to say thank you very much, guys, for actually joining us. It's great. We absolutely love the fact that you come and watch our videos every week, and we're going to keep doing it. We're dead set on making sure that the Churchill channel continues to have good quality episodes every week, no matter what. So look forward to seeing you next week when we are going to talk about the secrets of the Chinese glass heart.
And that's where our fight stories come into play. Whether you are a Lao winner or you're staying awesome or you're watching the ADVChina thing, I hope that you guys tune in the next time. And
as always, guys, stay awesome. So we're going to cheers to everyone out there quickly with your empty glass, which sucks. Maybe you can vape to them.